All right, let's try this again. And this time, let's try not to give away the entire store by putting the link in the description. And by the way, where is it? I'm going to get rid of that as soon as it comes up. All right, let's get the link out to people without giving it away to the wrong people. All right, let's do this. Dun, dun, dun. One more try. Let's do this again. All right. Oh my God, how many more times? How many more times do I have to embarrass myself? How many more times? I know. It's so stupid. I'm just like, what did I do wrong? I know I put the Cyberfrog. I thought I put the Cyberfrog link up there. And so I thought that's what they were telling me. Hey, Cyberfrog's over. Like, take that link down. But no, Cyberfrog is still up right now. It takes like 2 days for it to come down. Last time it was opened as a store for like 2 days. So it's still up there, and you can still back Cyberfrog if you want to. Yeah, that is awkward. All right, are we in the new? Is this the new stream? No. Come on now.
It's the kill stream.
The kills, because we killed it. That's why it's the kill stream. All right. How come I can't see this? Are we on? We're on.
Yeah,
I think the other one still says live.
Going on right now.
There's both of them are live.
Yeah, it shows both as live.
That's odd.
Yeah, the other one will probably fade out.
Yeah, it'll fade out.
Okay. What the fuck? Come on now. I've been doing this for a long time. It's enough already. Enough embarrassment. Goodness sakes.
Understand.
I don't understand either.
Yeah, we're definitely live. There's 372 watching, and I just hopped in chat. So
31. So is the other one dead now?
It may still be going. I'm not sure.
Let me see. I'm over there. It's still showing me. Wait a second. No, this is 390 people watching now. 400.
Yeah, 401. Yep, this is it. This is the real one.
This is the one. Okay. Hi, everyone.
That would be awesome. We need to play Black by Pearl Jam.
Screen. Yeah, I know.
And now my bitter hand.
Yeah, the other one's like a cockroach without a head. It's still going right now, apparently.
Yeah.
Did someone jump in there and commandeer it? I hope not. I hope that's not the case. Let me double check that. Because that could happen,
Yeah, could.
That could happen, and that wouldn't be good at all. They could be having a broadcast. Let's see, morning show live. Yeah,
if you don't hit stop broadcast, those things can keep running for like, I don't know, 5 minutes or so.
Yeah. Live control room.
Okay, I see it. Okay, finally. Okay.
Is it gone or is it?
Well, no, it's still up on the channel, but I'm saying before you had a black screen showing, and now I've got actual video, which is good. I can see you.
I did mean to kill this one. I don't know why I didn't kill. Video man.
There were still people in the other room just chatting. There was like 400 people in there. I was like, what?
Oh my God. What the hell? They could just run. Well, how could I be running 2 live streams at once?
It's technology. It is
something.
Theory. Yes, like the DeLorean has not caught up yet.
Yeah, my God. Fascinating.
The Langoliers have to get back and eat the other channel.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Remember that? Did you see that movie? Balky was in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it had Balky. It had what's his name from Quantum Leap?
Scott Bakula?
No, Dune. The guy. What was his name? Al?
Oh man, I know his name too because he died a few years ago.
Okay, it died. It just died. All right, thank goodness.
It's Dean Stockwell, I think.
Yeah, I think that's
Dean Stockwell. He was that guy. He was in movies way back as far as the 1940s. He was in A Gentleman's Agreement, like back in 1946 or something like that. That guy somehow was a child actor. He was on all this communist propaganda, like The Boy with Green Hair. it was nice to meet him. I got to meet him and got him to sign a bunch of stuff for me one time.
Sweet.
All right. I think the crisis is averted. It's just one crisis after the next. I'm going to turn off my camera here. Yeah, look. Where were we? We were talking about Vox Dei. So anyway, Vox Dei, I believe, held this bitterness with him. Vox Dei calls me all the time. I've never called Vox Dei once. Not once, but Vox Dei will call me twice weekly. And it'll say no data. The phone will come up. It'll say no data. And, that's odd. And I pick it up and it's Vox Dei. Hey, Ethan. Oh, hey, Vox. He told me something, I guess like a month ago or a week or 2 weeks ago. I don't even know when it was, but because time goes by. So it's such a weird clip right now as I'm drawing. He told me, he's like, hey, and he talks about his business. He talks about his ideas. He talks about his distribution plans and all this stuff. And I don't really listen that hard to Vox. I don't really pay attention. I'm not sure why. I'm just kind of, he doesn't talk about the stuff I want him to talk about. He talks about what he wants to talk about. When we're in a conversation, I want to hear about SJWs. I want to hear about his insight into SJWs. I think he's got great insight.
Not show tune questions or
I don't like show tunes. That was a lie. That was a filthy lie by Zach. But I would want to show tunes. Yeah, I'm not into it. Not into it. I mean, Nasser is.
I like show tunes.
Possibly.
Yeah, I don't like it. Dater Chip says he doesn't talk with you. He talks at you. Yeah. So I think he did say something. He said, hey, I'm going to protect the name. You got to protect the name. During Gamergate, people were trying to hijack the name. Gamergate, SJWs were, et cetera, et cetera. I said, okay. Now, Comicsgate as a word doesn't mean much to me because, it feels like something I've been saddled with rather than something that I chose. And I've tried to make the best of it, for this community. I have a show called Comicsgate Live. And it's just like, hey, if that's what they're going to call you, it's kind of like Milo Yiannopoulos gets called a faggot. So he called his entire tour the Dangerous Faggot Tour and just adopted that slur. He just said, this is, if that's what people are going to say about me, then I'm just going to own it. And I think that's a good strategy. I think that's the right thing to do. If somebody is going to, the last thing that you want to do is just say, hey, that hurts. Don't do that. That hurts, because then they're going to do it more. You should learn this lesson as a kid. So Comicsgate became our thing, became our label. But Vox kind of crept in and said, you should protect it. Now, Vox has never really claimed to be Comicsgate. He never really said he was Comicsgate. He just was doing his own thing. He wanted to be a publishing house for some reason. I think he wanted kind of control. I think he had a problem with the political invasion of comic books too. With the SJWs and everything. It's just he wanted to relive Gamergate through comics, which is I think why he started this. It's really not what Comicsgate is about, Yeah,
I'm not fully up to speed of what Gamergate actually was. I'm not a gamer, so I don't really understand all that.
Well, Gamergate's a whole thing in and of itself, but it has to do with the fact that the video games journalism was being manipulated and controlled, and by people who were
that revolved around Zoe Quinn somehow.
Yeah. I don't want to get into it too much because I wasn't there and I'll get my facts wrong. But as I understand it, yeah, I mean, it was kind of like you could, just like in comics, in a lot of ways, it's like, if you're friendly with comics journalists, you can get them to say what you want them to say. You can spin a story this way or that way. I mean, we've had it happen to us over and over again. Rich Johnson from Bleeding Cool will basically do what Tim Doyle, we'll use Tim Doyle as a source. It's like if everyone pressures him to say that John Malin is, whatever they said you were, alt-right, then that's what they're going to do. And it has nothing to do with you. There's no control. There's no investigation. There's no actual journalism. It's just corrupt. It's unethical. And I think that was a lot of what Gamergate started out with. Anyway, Vox suddenly he says, "Hey, I want to protect this title. I think I'm gonna take steps to protect it." And I kind of mumbled, "Yeah, good idea." And then forgot about it. Promptly forgot about it. Vox says that he emailed me twice about this, and I found his emails. Both of them went unanswered by me. I didn't even open them until now. When Vox sends me an email, it better have a snappy title, or if I just see it, I just scroll past it. I mean, no offense. I just, I don't know what he's talking about, and I'm kind of doing my own thing. Anyway, finally, he sent one, and I opened it, and it was just like, "Hey, this is my new label for Comicsgate," and you could see my response to it was like, "What do you do?" Like, I knew you said something about protecting the title, the word Comicsgate, but you never said I'm going to make an imprint. I'm going to publish comic books under this banner. And never said that to me. And this is a big surprise. And you can tell it's a big surprise, and that Vox knows he did not tell me about this, because he proceeded to explain to me what he was going to do. He didn't say, "Don't you remember? I told you on the phone," which is what a normal person would have done under those circumstances as he describes them. And so anyway, this became a thing. Comic skaters freaked out. They don't want to be associated with Vox Dei. They don't want to be associated with any kind of race-based, race realism, white nationalism, Nazism. They don't want to be associated with that. They don't want to. And it seemed like this was a dirty pool move to force us to be associated with that.
Yeah, it really would have blurred the line.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, that was the whole problem. And everybody kind of told me, "Hey, do something about this. We got to do something about this." And then I realized that I probably own the name. I probably have a trademark, to the name, to the word Comicsgate. I probably do have it because I've been doing business under that name. So, other lawyers confirmed, on a YouTube channel called Ricada Law. They had a copyright and trademark expert come in and just explain, "Yeah, I agree. I think Ethan Van Sciver he does have prior use of the word Comicsgate, and he could probably trademark it for himself." Vox Dei, and I sent it to my lawyer. My lawyer agreed. My trademark lawyer agreed. So I went, okay. Vox Dei went on live and called me a pussy, dared me to sue, and then challenged me to a debate on the kill stream. And everybody said, "Don't do it." Everybody said, "Don't do it." And I went, well, I think I'm right. I think I'm right about this. So I feel okay about it. I feel like I'm, if I get beaten up in a kill stream debate, then I get beaten up in a kill stream debate. Maybe he's got, but then I saw Vox's video telling me why I was going to fail. And it was insane. John, did you see this?
Only from the other, the stream when we were following it through here. I don't watch his stuff.
All right. Well, Vox did this video where he goes, "Here's why I'm going to succeed and Ethan's going to fail." And he brings out a chart. This was the most hilarious. I honestly, I thought Vox was like a really smart guy, and I overestimated Vox. I severely overestimated him.
He's just a meme. He's like a living meme.
Unless this was like, I mean, seriously, unless this was like unless this was a play on the intelligence of his own people, but that he'd be calling his own followers stupid if that's what this was. He would be hoping that the people who loved him were stupid. So I don't think that's it. I was like, what is his plan here? What does this mean? What Vox did was Vox said, "Here's why Ethan can't succeed, and here's why we can succeed. We have published 2,000 or 3,000 pages worth of comics," which, by the way, is not how comic books are calculated. That's not nobody goes, "Hey, we've published 2,000 pages of Green Lantern this year." I've never heard that.
Never.
Vox doesn't really speak comic bookese. But he said, "Hey, at the price, at the money that we have received in return, that means that we are only, we have, it's like $1.97 a page to do one of our." It was the weirdest calculation. And then he goes, "Now Ethan, on the other hand, he's going to do 48 pages, and he's received $620,000. So divide 400 or 48 pages into 620,000, and you end up getting something like I think he said 19,000 or something like that, like $19,500 a page. That's what it costs him to do a comic book. $19,500 a page. He can't sustain that. John.
Crazy.
John.
If he wanted to win you over, he should have made it a pie chart.
Yeah, I would have been like, this is the pie that I haven't eaten, and this is the pie that I have eaten. That's the only pie chart. John, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my goddamn life, and it made me realize that maybe Vox Dei is insane.
Maybe. He's definitely the Lex Luthor to our Superman.
Right. So basically what his pie chart proved, or what his graph proved, was that I make way more money than his books do.
Yeah.
Like way more. If it were in comparison, he lives in a tiny rambler. Like in terms of height, his profits are a tiny rambler house in Tampa, Florida, and I am the brand new World Trade Center building. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
So in other words, everyone come work for me. Don't work for Vox Dei. And then he bragged that he employs 20 people, and I employ 3.
Yeah. Sounds like you have the better model.
Sounds like everybody better come over here and talk to me. But I'm not hiring. I'm not here to employ people. Really, that's not the purpose of what we're doing. So it was insane. And so in any case, I just thought about it, and God bless Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash said, Ethan, you got to do this. You got to debate. You can't be bitch made. And I said, you're right. I'm going to do it. So I just went to, the kill stream and said, yep, I'm in. When do you want to do it? And, and by the way, and I also told Vox Dei, I'm going to be suing you for the trademark for Comicsgate. And I had my lawyer look this over. He gave me a 4-step agenda, what we're going to do to Vox Dei. I said, implement 1 through 3 right now. Boom, pull the trigger, do it. He did. Vox Dei received a cease and desist to begin with, and then we were planning to go forward and sue him. And he said, well, before I go on the kill stream, I need Ethan to guarantee that he isn't going to sue me. So you call me a pussy about suing you, and I'm a pussy about going on the kill stream. I'm going to do both. I am 2 times. I'm 200% not a pussy. And Vox Dei backed down.
Yep. So
Vox Dei immediately said, well, I can't do it. On legal advice, I can't appear on the kill stream. And then, he said again, he sent Ethan, with Ethan Ralph over the kill stream, another message to send to me saying, ask Ethan if he still intends to go forward. And I looked right into the camera and said, I am going to sue you. In case I haven't made that clear, I'm going to sue you. Comicsgate belongs to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about the movement. I'm talking about the label. The word belongs to me. I made that play. Yesterday. My lawyer is actively now registering the trademark, but I don't need to. It does belong to me. That's manifestly obvious. Nobody else has ever used the word Comicsgate to make money before me. You can use it. You can use it as a hashtag. You can talk about it all you want. But if you want to create a business that's called Comicsgate, a money-making business, you can't. Because it's like, I own it, and I'm going to share it with Comicsgaters.
Mm-hmm.
Not with people who mean to make us look like bigots.
No, I have a lot of respect for what you did. I mean, you put yourself in a position where, you had to stand up, and you're standing up, protected all of us, everybody in the Comicsgate community, from being tarnished by what he was trying to do. So I'm definitely grateful for everything you did in that over the last week. That was a really emotional time.
It was scary, John. I was scared.
Somebody like that come by.
I'll be honest with you. I was scared. I was scared of having to debate Vox Dei and be embarrassed publicly because he's smarter than me.
Mm.
At least I thought he was.
Sorta, not really.
Yeah, that's yet to be determined, but
he's better educated than me. But then again, everything that he was saying wasn't true. Like, other lawyers were reviewing everything he was saying, and they were educating me about why he was incorrect about all of his legal ideas. I felt okay. I felt like I was in the right, and I felt like even if he did embarrass me and make me look like a New Jersey dunderhead, which I am, I'm happy to be proud of being blue collar Jersey. Still, I am an SJW. I'm a South Jersey working man, and I always will be. But I do feel like we were in the right, and I feel like we utterly obliterated Vox Dei yesterday. And Vox Dei did do a live stream, and he backed down in a way that I think he was able to save as much face as he could. He backed down in a way as he said, "Hey, by the way, I have relinquished my trademark hold on Comicsgate. That's interesting. You never had it. And he said, so that is free for anybody who wants to take it. SJWs, I dare you to. Give me a reason. I will sue you. I will sue you to protect this trademark. Belongs to me." And he said, Cyberfrog also. For similar reasons, I dare you. I will sue you. Cyberfrog belongs to me. So Vox is absolutely insane.
Yeah, that was really weird. I remember him saying that about Cyberfrog, and I was like, how is anybody going to get Cyberfrog? Like, this thing's well established, and you're bringing it back out. It's like madness.
Cyberfrog belongs to me.
It belongs to everyone. It belongs to everyone who pledged to support it. It belongs to everyone who helped make it the largest selling crowdfunded comic book of all time. I love this community. I love Comicsgate. As long as I can breathe, I am not going to let this thing get co-opted by people who wish it ill. I won't do it. I'll do everything I can to protect this community, to protect the people who believe in the principles, who believe in just being able to do their own comic books, make a good living. I've told you over and over again what my goal is. It's not political. My goal is to have it so that people who find it difficult to make a living in comics right now because of what they believe, what they've said, who they are, they're able to make a decent living in comics, and nobody can cast aspersions on them. One day, Antonio, one day I will have a comic book company called Caps Lock Comics. I'm laughing because I pointed in the air when I said one day. I said one day, and I pointed right into the air, gesturing. One day, I will have my own company, and I will have people working for me. Canyon White will work for me.
Yes.
I will have a ton of people working for me and making a good living, and I'm going to go on. I dream about a company picnic, and I dream about holding Andrea's hand and looking around me at the 10 or 12 families and their kids who are all making a decent living and having fun, being creative because of everything that I did.
I just want to bring my whores to your picnic. Is that okay?
Yes. Whatever. Bring your family or your whores.
My whores. My whores.
And yes, of course, my dream involves food, Jeff Bartlett. You're right. That we'll have a nice picnic. Fried chicken, probably, I think. Fried chicken, like homemade fried chicken. Out on that, like eating fried chicken on a blanket somewhere.
That's Cyberfrog's favorite thing, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And everybody can do the same thing. I mean, this is the thing. You know, Antonio's going to have the same kind of dream. John Malin is. Richard C. Meyer isn't. He's not going to. He doesn't want to do that. But Mitch, the Bright Wisers could do it. I mean, everybody could start their own little company here. And it would be cool. So that's my dream. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I'm not going to let it get co-opted like that. And, if it's embarrassing, I got to take a lot of slings and arrows. Somebody said, you're a 24/7 news cycle right now. I'm like, I know, dude. I don't even look. I just glimpse and I go, Jesus Christ, these people are crazy. It's like, for what I'm trying to do, these people are crazy. And just calm down.
Can we combine family picnics?
Oh, look, Elliot's drawing Cyberfrog. Hey, Elliot, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Great. I'm going to just put the camera on you for a little while. Yeah, well, we could. We could definitely combine picnics. Because it is kind of like, I go back and forth about it. Like, I keep calling us a community, and it's like, it sounds so communist. Like,
well, we are commies.
We're comic book creators, but we're not communists. We're just trying to look at that. It's pretty good. Are you making him smile? Is his mouth open?
Yeah, I'm looking at one of the references. I see he's angry, or he's got some energy coming out of his eyes. So I'm like, oh, I like that look right there.
That was my old, like back when I was doing Spawn, kind of a ripoff of Spawn. He had energy coming out of his eyes. I don't think he can do that anymore.
Okay, good.
I
Because
don't know.
I don't know how to draw that anymore.
No, I forgot too. I can't remember how to do that. All right, let me see. Let me read some of these super chats while Elliot impresses you with his amazing art skills.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, you're on display. Excellent super chats. I'm getting good at this. I really am. D Scott Chaos Risen, thanks for $4.99. Again, have Nasser talk about his call with CB Cebulski. It'll make him feel better or worse. Well, we'll give him another shot at that. Yesterday he did. Andrea was saying, she's like, you have some people on there that need to be snappier with their stories. And I'm like, I know. Just be quick, be energetic about it. Get to the point as quick as possible.
That was me. I'm sorry.
No, that wasn't you. That was okay. So we had Nasser with his story, and then oh my God, we had Allison yesterday from the.
I'm glad I missed her.
Whew, that was rough, man.
Her
Yeah,
video
that
was
was,
sad, but from what
yeah.
everybody tells me, she sounded like she was a headache.
Yeah, it was. She's raw. Like, and I wanted to tell her this, and I'm going to talk to her again today. I first of all I researched to see what was up with Metokur, because I like Metokur. If Metokur's got a problem with those people, I got to figure out what it is, because I'm not gonna, he's probably got a good reason for it. He's got a problem with one of the other people in her group. He didn't say anything about Allison. And I would like to talk to Allison about that. But Allison, she, I want to tell her, I want to say this to people, pity, sympathy is not going to get you out of a financial hole. It's like sitting there going, everything is going to shit and I can't. People are going to give you money just to make themselves feel better, but then they're never going to give you money again. They're never going to buy your product. They're not. They'll take your book, but they're not going to read it because they associate it with the painful story that you told. I mean, that's not how to sell anything, And it's like, I just want to tell Allison, I want to be like, look, get in there and talk about how exciting your comic is, and just hold your pain inside. You got to hold your pain inside. You can't spill that out onto people. You can't throw up and vomit your agony and then expect people to become your customers. You will essentially be somebody with a tin cup on the street asking for a nickel, and you will get $1 out of some people, but they're not going to that's just to soothe themselves. Get out there and talk about your book. Say, hey, this is what happened, this is why I'm with you. I would have liked it if Allison came on and was angry. This is what happened to me, this is what these bitches did to me, I'm sick of it. So I did a comic book. I'm joining Comicsgate. I'm going to fight these people with you. Let me tell you about my comic book. That would have been badass. But people don't respond to victimhood. People don't respond to victimhood at all. They don't want to support. I mean, they want to help you. But I mean, again, they want to help you to make themselves feel better. So get out there, excite people about what you're doing, sell your property, sell your ideas, sell your creativity, and be a salesperson. Don't be a beggar. Don't be somebody looking for sympathy. I mean, that's the thing. That is, I think, her biggest thing. And she went on and on and on, and I still don't know what happened. Did you guys follow her story? Did you know what she was talking about?
I only knew a little bit. I saw a bit of her video where she's in the attic with a bunch of books, and I heard something about Mark Wade being involved, and then that was about all I got.
Yeah, I was interested in the Mark Wade part, and I'm still unclear about that. I'm still unclear about Mark Wade and what he did.
She didn't answer all the questions directly either. I felt like she didn't have all her information squared away. So when you did ask her about Mark Wade, it took forever to get there. I was like, okay,
yeah.
I kept wanting to say, so you don't know Mark Wade? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
But she threw his name in there a couple of times, I guess.
Dom Casey says, you're really sticking a fork in her back, EVS. Well, she had a nice book on it. I said, maybe you should do a comic book about forks. And she's like, well, what? She didn't get it. Like the whole time we're talking to her, we're looking at a book that just says fork on her. It's like your eyes tend to drift when you're listening to someone talk. You look at their office, you look at their studio. I still don't know. I want to know what that book called Fork is about. And somebody said spork, and then it became something else. This is the thing. I don't want to sit there and go, oh, poor Allison. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that in our community. everybody has a sad story. But I'm more angry about it than I'm sad. Like what happened to the Breitwassers doesn't make me sad. It makes me angry. And it makes me want to fight harder. It makes me want to do more. It makes me want to, create. It makes me want to promote. It makes me want to beat these people the only way they can be beaten. You can't beat them with rhetoric. That's their domain. They got Twitter. Right. You have to beat them by living better. Right, Doug?
Yes, sir. Happy in your own skin is the way to do it, my friends.
Yeah.
Happy in your own skin.
Yeah.
Oh, Antonio, he's happy.
How you doing, Doug?
Hey, so good, Nasser. I'm watching Elliot draw. I'm fascinated because I tried drawing Cyberfrog. I could not figure out the mouth, so I'm watching him erase the mouth.
Yeah, the teeth. He's got teeth, but they don't really fit in his mouth. Like it's a total cheat. Cyberfrog has a full set of teeth, but like look at how small. He's got him right. The lower lip's too fat. The lower lip. Yeah, the lower lip needs to be way skinnier. No, that's his. Yeah, no.
No,
the
that's
line underneath it.
This right here.
Yeah, that needs to bring that up. Bring that way up.
Yeah, it's almost right under his.
He doesn't. Yeah, it's just all even. It's one strip right underneath.
That makes him a true cartoon when the teeth can appear from nowhere. That's good. That's good cartoony, breaking the laws of physics. I like it.
Right, because Cyberfrog's skull doesn't make sense, and that's just the way it is. And he's not meant to have teeth. Because why would a frog have teeth? You know what?
Right. They have a bony ridge.
And now he's doing something else. I don't know. You were right there before. You were right. I meant his lower lip.
Oh, wait a minute. What's going on over here? Oh, so you want him to have that?
You were right. Yeah, the nose part was right. The snout was right. The lower lip was wrong.
Oh, you told him to ram that upper lip way up, Ethan. See?
Did I say upper lip? I meant lower lip. I'm stupid.
Art direction.
No, you said lower.
Art direction.
You said lower. I pointed to the lower lip.
Yeah, that line is his mouth, but I'm talking about the lower lip underneath it. Yeah. Yeah, he's got to have and see how you've got his lower lip fat down there at the bottom. It doesn't. It's just one straight line all the way across. It's all even. It just follows the shape of his.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. You got him. Ethan ruining the drawing. Yeah.
I like the way Elliot's drawing. He's putting some anatomy in.
He's doing his own thing.
Baby, you gotta let him create.
He's doing it wrong because he's putting anatomy in.
Drawing wrong. I don't want to be right.
I see Cyberfrog as Bugs Bunny. It's like there's only one way to draw Bugs Bunny. I mean, but there isn't. But now there is. There didn't used to be. There were like a bunch of different styles of Bugs Bunny. But now it's either Bugs Bunny or it isn't. It's the same way with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
there's one way to draw Sonic.
Remember that? Yeah, there's one way to draw him, and only hold that pose. And anytime you see him, he doesn't hold very well in profile. I love that old Bugs Bunny. Remember the old, like the first one? He's like,
oh, I love, when he's just jumping around. He's like, what was that song? No, that was Daffy Duck. I work on a merry-go-round. And he was bouncing around the pond. Yeah, the original Bugs Bunny was, he had that kind of like
just a total screwball.
Yeah, he was rude too. He's like,
he was more like Daffy in some ways.
It's before they gave him the Brooklyn thing. A lot of them, Mel Blanc was doing a lot of Brooklyn shtick with all those characters as kind of the redescription in the modern version of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
When he starts talking a little more gangy.
So do you guys think I was mean to Allison yesterday?
That was just weird though. I didn't get it. I was confused. I tried to watch it. I was like, she's not talking about her book. I didn't understand what was going on. So and I listened to the whole thing and I was just like,
it's people saying she was boring.
I think the people new to Gamergate
Sachi says yes.
Probably feel like they have to lay down their credentials. So they'll talk a little more about their experiences, the politics of it all, and kind of the personal things they have to vent and dump before they get into their work.
Comicsgate, Doug. Comicsgate.
Man, did I say Gamergate?
Yeah, you
did. I hate me. I store them in the same.
You always throw me off because
I've done this for like
right out, and I'm like, I don't know
for the whole year now.
Yeah. they do feel the need to say that they are. I want to hear that they're Comicsgate, though. I want to know their pain. I want to know, or their anger, more like. I want to know why they're mad about this, what they think, and somebody like Ben Jones comes in and he has a whole new way of spinning what I believe, and that's why I love Ben Jones. He just comes in and he's just like, boom, here's what I think, and he's got his whole lecture all laid out, and I'm like, yes. I love when people are able to like kind of re-encapsulate and re-articulate a thought, an idea.
I had Mindy Wheeler on my show yesterday, and she's another one who, and again, just went off on the kind of, it was like pent up. She wanted to tell her story, and I wanted to talk about her art. And it was like, she had some stories to tell of having her world crushed for supporting Trump. And she's an up and coming working artist. She was a single mom at the time, which shows you how the left treats single moms. They hate them.
Okay, I'm back.
Ruin her work for coming out and supporting Trump. And she's a great artist. She's got some really beautiful work, and she's going to start at Indiegogo next year.
Oh, are you talking about Mindy?
Yeah, Mindy Wheeler.
Oh, I have her on my show tonight at
good.
4 Central. You guys are all welcome to come by.
Good. Yeah, she's fantastic. Really nice kid. Really talented artist. But man, just pent up. And it was weird. I had Tim Lim on too. And everyone was basically sharing the same story. The thing that everyone says at the same time is, we thought we were alone. Like, the conservatives do not come out and talk. Everyone's going through the same thing, and all of us can repeat that. And now in Comicsgate, we're not alone. Like, she feels like it's almost like a born again experience. They're like, wow, there's other people. Look at them all. They're public. And so
look at our community. Look again, we are becoming kind of a community. People feel safe here. They feel comfortable here.
I like
you do feel alone. Otherwise.
In gaming, in tech, in so many of these other industries, I talked to a whole bunch of people, and so I'm sure you guys do too. They don't speak out about their politics, or even, they're afraid to disagree with the progressives, because they know that in doing so, they'll be blacklisted. And there's so many of them, but none of them talk to each other. They don't even realize they exist. But here in Comicsgate, you guys are out in the open, and you're saying, no, we're putting our foot down, and we're not going to be bullied just because our politics are different, or maybe we disagree with you even slightly. Like, none of you hold extremist views. So it's really a shame to see how so many people like Howard is silenced.
Except NASA.
NASA does have extremist views.
I don't want to go into that guy's basement. I'm just saying.
Right.
That would be an education.
I got my first phone call yesterday from a friend, and Kelsey said something in our chat yesterday. He said that it was they'll do it out of love, and I agree.
I try to save you,
but I was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, no, I got you. Okay, yeah. I did the eat. I went, yeah.
You process it, and then you agree with it, or you accept it. Yeah.
That's how they do it, right? They give you a call, or they send you a direct message, and they'll tell you, oh, those people you're talking to, well, you shouldn't be talking to them. It's a bad look. It's bad optics. Do you really want to be associated with these people?
Bad look, man.
It's a bad look. Oof. Big oof.
Oof, yeah.
Oh, the oof.
Yeah, I got one of those messages too, but I'm trying to put the fire out. I lost a member of my team.
Oh no!
What happened?
Well, my colorist, he decided he did not want the heat associated with Comicsgate.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting to hear back if my letterer is going to jump with him. But I have already been very vigilant. I know Kelsey and John were both giving me good information on people I could replace with. So I'm not, as long as I got Kanan, I'm not really worried about the rest of it.
Yeah, and he's solid.
That's why I was like, Kane is all in. So he was like, okay, he felt bad. But I got a message, and he was like, I just don't. There's too much negative stuff, man. I'm scared, and you know, I don't want to, you know, and I mean, he's getting work from IDW and stuff. He doesn't want to mess his career up. So.
Wait, what?
Yeah, one thing I offered all of my crew is you can do the work anonymously. I'll still pay you, but you can just do your name under X and you won't get the heat. You can do the work and not get the heat. Because I don't want to just have Comicsgate crew. I'm willing to do that, but you know, they may not be into just the absolute backlash that career hunting that they'll get on Twitter. They shouldn't have to sign up for that just to do good work.
Yeah, I warn everybody up front about what'll be happening, and sometimes I think they kind of downplay it. So I just really lay it out to them and say, look, this could be the last time you could ever be considered working for someone like the Big Two. So take this decision seriously. And you know, so I'm lucky that I have a good crew of people. The letterer for Graveyard Shift, Eric Weathers. If anyone's interested, check him out. He's well prepared to go through what's about to come. He's also an Army guy too. I found that out when I talked to him yesterday. So that's really cool too. So, I mean, it's just funny how many military people are actually pros in comics and involved with Comicsgate.
I'd look into him. He does good work.
Mm-hmm.
And I love supporting vets.
Oh, and he's also an artist. He wrote and drew and lettered his own book. He might have colored it too, called Flying Fortress, which is, I think it's a World War II story. Multi-talented dude.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hello, Ian. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm okay, I guess. We had quite a day yesterday. By the way, Ian.
Yeah,
it's like Ian is another guy. I don't realize. I'm always shocked. Ian is like public enemy number one to these SJWs.
Yeah, I wish I wasn't.
What is going on with that? How did you earn that reputation?
Well, I used to be one of them. I was part of Zoe Quinn's inner circle, and I changed sides, so to speak. It wasn't overnight, right? I was annoyed by them constantly getting outraged over, well, video games. So I decided, okay, this is not for me, getting outraged all the time. And, well, unfortunately, I kept getting outraged over other things for like the past 2 years. But but I didn't like the fact that I was unable to speak my mind. You know, some of them, they're nuts, right? They're openly racist, and then they pretend to be woke, things like that. Like when they call a black person a token, for example. That's a thing they do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not okay with these things. So I spoke out against it. I apologized to the people on the Gamergate side, the gamers in general, because I was a game journalist at the time, and I was demonizing my own audience the same way these guys were. All these game journalists, not all of them.
Ian wrote one of the biggest pieces on me, and apologized, but he wrote one of the biggest pieces on me a year ago, and Mundane Matt had read the piece on the air. So that's the 6 degrees of separation. Yeah, Mundane Matt read an article about me on his show, and it was Ian's hit piece on me for being misgendering a tran.
Wow.
And now Ian's been on my show. We're total buds. And Ian, I just want you to know, when you flip back to being an SJW, we'll still be buds.
It's a funny thing. I used to, when I was at SJW, I still had conservative friends, and I never stopped talking to them. So, certain people I didn't go after. But when I started openly talking to them again, I started getting all these DMs from these SJWs who were telling me, "Oh, Ian, this is not a good look. You can't be associating with these people. They're fascists, they're racist, sexist." And in my mind, I was like, well, I knew this guy for 10 plus years. He's none of these things, but I couldn't speak out against it. So little by little, I started speaking out against it. I started speaking out against the bullying, the harassment, all the stuff that they claim people on, say, the Comicsgate site now do. Even though,
how quickly did they turn on you when you started telling the truth?
Instantly. Snap, right? Within 24 hours, all the people that I thought were my friends, all the people who I thought were cool with me, they were suddenly shitting on me. They had all these nasty things to say about me, things that they'd never said to me, to my face. and they're all just openly bitching about me, making a big fuss about how Ian is a turncoat, Ian is this, Ian is that, Ian is a secret fascist, things like that. And you know, like there's these chat logs from 2000 where, you know, I was like 16 or 18 or something like that, and I said a bunch of stupid shit, kid stuff. And when it first surfaced during Gamergate, because a Gamergater had found those chat logs, because I think he was a member of the community I was a part of. It was a gaming site. He used that to point out my hypocrisy, and you know, good for him, right? So he found my dark past or something, and I apologized for it, and all the SJWs were eager to accept that apology. They were like, "Oh, Ian's a changed person. He was, you know, these are clearly jokes. You're taking it out of context. It's typical Gamergate." You know, typical of Gamergate to misrepresent a person like that. And yet the instant I turned against the SJWs, or rather the instant I decided to stop towing their line, they bring it out. You know, they bring up those chat logs and say, "Oh, he was always this. He was always a bad person."
Yeah.
This is proof.
Yeah, that's an Alinsky tactic, is to take the past, find a moment, freeze it, and multiply it. Like so the propaganda and the giant mass dissemination of whatever moment in your past that they want to use at any moment is what they will roll out. And you'll see that all across Google on searches for your name and things like that. They pick that moment that they want to emphasize. They'll never go to you today and have a talk with you today to find out what's going on.
No, they're not interested. And you know, whenever I get a new job at, say, a new writing gig or whatever, they'll contact my employers and say, "Hey, have you seen this thing about Ian?" And then I'll get a call, and I'll have a talk to the boss or whatever, and I'll have to explain the whole thing. And it's dumb. And you know, thankfully, most people are not stupid or crazy. They'll just be like, "Oh, this thing happened 20 years ago. Okay, that's not a big deal."
Yeah. I have people going after Image right now for my book. Gear came out in July, and Creature Text being re-released in December. And they went after Image. They write letters to all my editors and all my people I work with. And it is hard for Image to publish me. I mean, I get it. I think it takes, because those people don't agree with my values either. And yet I think they're very brave, or at least normally human, for choosing to stick with me.
Doug, you're so gracious. I keep telling people how I like the way you approach it. I can't imagine getting that much, getting pulverized that much, and then still being willing to say they're being brave.
Talk to me in 5 years, Elliot, and you'll have a thick skin too. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's the only thing you can do is just get a thick skin and start.
Oh, but you're being kind. You're being kind. I'm just like, wow. I'm not there yet. I still get a little like, arg.
It's the only thing you can do, right? You have to bear it, and then after years of this, you'll get used to it. So when someone calls me a thing that I'm not, say a misogynist or something, which is ridiculous because I never say anything misogynistic, you just get used to it and you just shrug it off. But I can understand what it's like for someone who's not used to this sort of scrutiny. When they get accused of something they're not, they feel this need to vehemently defend themselves, and that's how they make you lose, because they make you defend a position you don't really intend to defend.
And don't let other people choose how you're going to act or respond. You're always free to do anything you want. So if someone has 3 Twitter followers and they bomb you, it's your choice if you want to respond. Just because they talk, don't get tricked into being dragged into an argument. If you don't feel like arguing today, then don't let them choose how you're going to act. Or if they're foul to you, that doesn't mean that you have to act foul back to them.
No, that's fair. I'm actually pretty anonymous online, so I haven't had that much response from anyone. But
look at your work. You shouldn't be anonymous, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Touch stuff out there. It's fantastic. Is that a Pentel brush pen you're using?
Yeah, that's my workhorse. It's my workhorse.
$15. That's the best $15 with 2 cartridges you're going to spend.
Yeah, this is like my 3rd year on this tool. This hasn't quit yet. It's dope. Wow. Super dope. Yeah, but I get all that. I've been getting it from closer people. That's where I've been interested. I was like, wow. Then they're like I said, they're like, hey man, I just want to just make sure you're okay. Well, I'm not sick. When I was sick, you should have called me.
Yeah.
I had heart problems.
You'll find out who your friends are pretty soon.
Yeah, and some people they'll do this whole concern thing. right? They'll be like, I'm concerned for you that you're associating with these people. What I'm just looking out for you. But all they really want, and I'm not saying to cut off contact with these people. Obviously, some people are going to be genuinely concerned. But some people, they're only there because they want to protect their own image. And they don't like being associated with someone who's associated with people they don't like.
Yeah. The worst comment I hate, and I know I shouldn't, but it's when they provide cover by saying, look, I don't agree 100% with what Doug believes, but he's a great artist and I support him. That's like a backhanded insult. And that's what most of my friends do. And I feel really bad for them for doing that. So when I support someone else, if they say, I try not to say, look, I don't agree 100% with what Ethan says. You know what I mean? I don't open a comment with that because I will not provide cover.
You've got to agree with everything that I say. I mean,
how about this, Ethan? I love everything you say.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. At least Cumberbatch Pepperpot. Thanks for $1.99. Boom of the Hut. El Argo 30. Will you show compassion and make the cover chromium? Will I show compassion? Says El Argo. Compassion,
please.
Well,
Ethan.
it's listen. It's still going right now. It's at like $85,000. We're only like $15,000 away. We have 2 days to get there before they close down the store. It always takes 2 days for them to close down the in-demand shop. So I'll leave it up. We'll see if we can get there. I love showing compassion, though. I do. Lord Vulcan, you broke the internet worse than Brie Larson. What did Brie Larson do? Why is everybody talking about Brie Larson?
She appeared on a cover for, I think, Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah. Preview photos out.
Yeah. And it's boring. It looks boring. She's just standing there, not even making a pose, just standing there, and they just CGI'd her up. And it says on the title, "The future is female."
I called her bruh, Larson. Bruh.
Yeah, I think they were trying to ignite some controversy with that title, and they were going to, hope that was going to be their early press and get everybody talking about it and turn into this big controversy and help to propel to something like Black Panther level of success.
Yep, that's the idea. And it doesn't really work because they tried this with the force is female. You don't see them touting that out anymore because last year I sucked.
Yeah. Future is female. Well, it can be a bitch for some people. Nicholas Glenn, go to Campia's weekly hero video from last night and go 54 minutes in the video and see what this dude was saying about you. Listen to it live. Campia's weekly hero video. John Campia saying stuff about me or somebody else? Or somebody else was saying something about me. Why do I have to listen to what people? I assume everyone's talking about me, and I assume none of it's good. Why do I have to listen to it? Liam, thanks for 20. I joke, sometimes silly, but moment of truth here. Ethan, thank you for being a good man of strong, upstanding character. Thank you for being a genuinely good person and fighting honestly to make this better. Thanks, Liam. Well, at least some people are saying nice things. Mr. Snuffles, thanks for $5. Do you feel like you own Comicsgate, or are you just holding it to protect it? Make no mistake, I own the word Comicsgate now. That's just a fact. I'm holding it to protect it. I don't feel like I own the movement in any way, but anyone who wants to make money using the term Comicsgate is going to have to ask me first, and I'll be willing to give it out as long as that person is not an SJW or a neo-Nazi. It didn't seem like I needed to do this or anyone needed to do this until this past thing happened, and then it became clear that somebody needs to be the fucking librarian. Excuse my language. And that's going to be me for right now. I'm sorry. I mean, that was really, really close as far as I'm concerned. And, all these SJWs are doing a victory dance right now over this. They think it's hilarious. It pisses me off.
Yeah. The idea that they're tearing Comicsgate apart, or that Comicsgate is tearing itself apart. They love this.
Yeah.
They get off on it.
That's what everybody said. Eat each other. Ha 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 ha. You know what, Vox Dei, God damn you for that. You know what I mean? It's like, we could have disagreement. You want to just you wanted to really hurt this movement because, I mean, what you did in no way helped us. In no way helped these people. You just fed them to the sharks. You fed everybody to the sharks for your own ego. And it's not going to happen ever again. Coronis, Ethan, you are the Trump of Comicsgate. Yeah, that's what they say. And people who hate me say that. But I take that as a compliment. Logan Cook. Yeah, Trump is awesome. Like Trump, by the way, everybody thinks Trump's a meathead, but he makes good choices somehow. I don't know how. He does the right thing.
I don't get it either. I just think he's a Zen man for our times. It's weird because he's a perfect he's a car wreck of some kind, but you see how he uses chaos to somehow come on top, and he's comfortable in his own skin. You know what I mean? I just feel like he's I don't think he's the smartest guy in the world, but I feel like he's always telling the truth. He's speaking what's on his mind, and I think he's a genuine guy. I'm not saying he's good, but I'm saying I don't feel like he's trying to pull a fast one over on me.
No, I don't either. I feel the same way. I trust him to make pretty good choices, and he uses rope-a-dope tactics, which I really like. You know, rope-a-dope is pretty cool. It's when you let somebody just knock themselves out, get tired out, and just let them hurt themselves. And he does that constantly. It's an inspiration.
So I just watched sorry.
No,
sorry, I interrupted you. I was just watching that John Campea thing, and they said more power to you for being successful in your comic.
John Campea said that?
The other guy on the show.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. See, I just assume everybody's out there.
He accidentally called you like alt, right? Like he was trying to say right wing, and then you said alt, right wing.
Oops.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I meant was
yeah, I'm not alt right. I thought not at all. I thought I was though, like before the election, because it just seemed like it meant something else.
It did mean something else. It did mean something else. When Breitbart was promoting the alt-right, it meant something completely different. You know, it meant the alternative right wing, meaning younger people who were hip, people who were not, engrossed in wearing bow ties and sending 10-page scripts about how they can change America.
So it meant Nazis.
Yeah, it meant like the young people, like people my son's age, who were stepping up and saying, you know what, this old Republican Party isn't working, and we really do have to shake things up, and we have to try different stuff. And it's of course like meme wars on the internet. It's about kind of trying to outsmart these people at their own game, being irreverent, non-PC, and like right around April of 2016, the alt-right meant an uprising. It meant like an uprising. It meant Trump. You know, it meant Milo Yiannopoulos. It meant those guys that were just out there, just I don't know, making noise, and it just felt cool to be right wing for a second.
Yeah, it was Paul. Yeah, Paul Joseph Watson said that conservatism is the new punk rock, and he's not wrong. It was at the time. And now, unfortunately, the other alt-right, the people actually coined the phrase in 2007 or something like that. Mm-hmm. They came back and they're like, well, we are the alt-right. And the media was more than happy to boost them because it was like controlled opposition to have Richard Spencer, a Nazi, as the face of the alt-right. And now I'm sure some people get annoyed by the fact that I just called him a Nazi, but come on, that's like the best definition of him, a neo-Nazi. And these ethno staters, they took over the term, and some people who were part of that alt-right, the original, sorry, not the original, but like the 2016 version of the alt-right, got embroiled with with these types because they wanted to listen to them, right? They were open-minded. We talked to everybody, and well, that backfired because the media just used that to tar and feather everybody as a Nazi.
I remember seeing a Richard Spencer piece on like ABC or something, and that's when everything changed. Like they showed Richard Spencer giving a speech, and then his audience was like, oh, and like doing the Hitler salute. They said Heil Trump, and like everybody's doing the Hitler salute. And I was like, what the hell is this? Is this real? Is this a hoax? And that was it.
Tila Tequila was there.
Tila Tequila was there, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, okay, I remember that.
People like Tila Tequila, they're attention whores, right? They're attention seekers. They thrust themselves into the limelight take whatever extreme position they can take and get all the press from it.
Here, I want Ian. You mentioned that conservative is the new punk rock. This is an article I wrote for Breitbart back in January of 2009. Republican is the new punk rock, and I had a picture of Joey Ramone, who was a hardcore Republican.
Yeah,
this one got so much crap. Like people just came unglued, but it's because you had to be able to make it in Hollywood just to maintain conservative credentials.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that incredible line work from Elliot. That is incredible. That looks
Elliot, keep talking so I can see your drawing.
Oh my God. I just clicked on his name and I'm looking at him drawing.
No, I just put it up for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, cool. It's beautiful.
Thank you, y'all.
That is art.
I'll just have a salad. I was going to say, I think Ethan is Johnny Carson and Antonio is Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny.
And let me tell you something, Antonio. Antonio's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was just like, "Oh man, I'm getting my car registered, inspected. And I'll be late today." He said, "I'll be here. Antonio works overnight. That's the thing about him. He works nights, so it's hard to get him to do the show any other time. He's just like, I'm going to be there every morning. He's my morning guy. He's my co-host now. Pretty cool.
I am off for the next 3 days though, so that's the thing. I'm done with my work week until Sunday.
Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, let's see. Doug Tenaple's a Bigfoot Bill, by the way.
Oh,
I'm going to start putting these up. Let me just start putting these links up.
I appreciate it. I'm just about to cross my 55K stretch.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
You are.
It's coming.
Woo!
We're in the last week of the campaign. Last week.
I'm gonna catch all y'all.
Oh.
Catching everybody.
I wonder if we can get it to 60 today. That'd be nice.
Oh wow, that would be nice.
Yeah, we're getting in the tail end of the campaign. I need to cross 60. I did 60K stretch is a bookmark that is so hideous. It was designed by Nurkish.
Oh,
did a Bigfoot Bill bookmark. It's an abomination.
What do you mean he designed it? What did he do?
He drew it.
He drew it?
Yeah, go down the front page and you'll see on the front there's the bookmark that he did for Bigfoot Bill. Just the drawing of Bigfoot Bill.
You should have had me design it. I'm a better artist than all of you.
Oh,
no, but it was so
that
awful.
taco was awesome, you drew.
Let me see the bookmark here.
It wasn't a taco.
I see the bookmark.
Oh, there's the tattoo. Oh, Jesus. What is that? Hold on. Let me share screen.
It's terrible.
Why did he do that? Why did anyone let him do that?
I'm chasing backers off with Nurkish art.
Why did anyone let him do this? And he signed it like a
can't see
third
it.
grader.
He did it in like a ballpoint pen.
On Elliot.
Is
Well,
it
he
on?
was-
Oh, it's locked on Elliot. Oh my God. Wait a second here. Why did he do that? Look at it.
I'm a huge fan of bad art, so I colored it.
That is, you colored it for him?
Yeah.
Oh man. You had trouble with the craft area here.
He doesn't have his long leggings on, so it looks like
Oh.
he's wearing like Robin underwear. And
He looks like Tim Doyle in that green
Elliot thought this was a
bikini.
taco. This is a spaceship. What do you guys think it looks like?
oh, it's good.
I just
Awesome.
That's the tattoo. So Ben's getting that. If we cross 55, he's getting that tattoo live plastered on his side.
Dude, that looks so
what that Bigfoot
incredibly
Bill?
awesome. This
Oh,
tattoo here. Look at this.
Bigfoot Bill versus Earthworm Jim.
Yeah. He paid for the commission, so I
okay.
sent it to him in the mail. I sent him one of my sketchbooks, and that's about a 8.5 by 11 tattoo. I don't know what size he's going to get
That's
it,
a
but
cover, dude. That is a cover.
Yeah.
I did an ink wash.
It's gorgeous.
I wish you were allowed to use Earthworm Jim.
I know, it'd be great. It's just I can't touch him.
It's a bummer.
Good
Okay.
stuff.
Can you do Snail Man Snarly or something?
Yeah, but it's the name, it's the whole thing. So the best I can do is like do a character kind of in that world, and that's Bigfoot Bill. He's my new Earthworm Jim.
All right, so where am I at here?
You're on Google. Oh, there you go.
Cyberfrog, Blood Honey. It's at 84,298.
Oh yeah.
That's not bad. I want to get to 85. I'm going to leave it up. Well, look, it's still in demand. It's on the in demand thing. Even though I opted out, I clicked opt out of in demand. for some reason, like they're like, yeah, we're gonna, yeah, we know you opted out, sure. It takes a long time to opt out. It takes a long time. So last time it took 2 or 3 days. So I'm just gonna let it kind of coast to a stop. But it'll probably be open tomorrow too.
They don't want it to. They don't want the momentum to cease, right? They're riding the momentum. I mean, it's Indiegogo. They got to make money, so this is how they do it.
Yeah, they love me right now. They love me over at Indiegogo. And so, yeah, like, yeah, hey, are you sure you just want to run this for a week? Yeah, just a week. All right, you know. Get back to us if you need anything. Cyber Frog right here. I'll put that link there. Put John Malin up. We got to check in on Graveyard Shift. And we'll see how that's doing. Let's see. I'll stop sharing my screen. How's that sound?
Sure.
It sounds horrible. It sounds horrible.
I know. What if porn came up? What if, like, my search key was just like porn? Right. As soon as
Somebody in the chat says I'm Hillary's secret server.
Ew.
That's funny.
Graveyard Shift's at $52,096 right now. It crossed over the line to 52.
All right.
He's about to lap me. Oh, I'm at 54,938 now. I'm about to ding 55. We're getting close.
Now this is the race that we need to promote, and I think I'm going to do this because I am. Let me see, Graveyard Shift. I do like this kind of a thing. I like to promote contests and stuff. So Graveyard Shift is at 52 and change, and Bigfoot Bill is at 54, nearly 55. Is it possible that John Malin could catch up to Bigfoot Bill?
I think he's going to do it today.
Well,
we gotta get him up there. I'm rooting for him.
It'll probably take a couple days, but yeah, it's probably going to happen.
We gotta cross beams right at 60.
Well, Doug went on vacation for a week and he neglected his audience, and I took advantage of that and I kept promoting.
I really fell down on vacation. That cost me a lot of money.
Yeah, it did.
But I had to get a recharge from my friends because there's no way. But I'm rooting for, and I'm a backer of Graveyard Shift big time. I love it. Can't wait for that.
Thanks, Doug.
We're a happy family, man. I want to see you up there. You got to cross 60 for me.
We have to support each other.
How many days you got left in your campaign?
I think about 14.
14.
Yeah, you're going to kill me then. I got 7 days left.
Oh.
I think John is going to get to 100.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be really cool.
You have to take, like, I would take half of what you have now and just assume you're going to get that in the last 2 days. And then, you know what I mean? That's kind of how it works. So let's say you're going to get another 25 on the last few days. And then I can see you picking up another 25 over the next 2 weeks.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We got to get John enough for the Nerd Wonder face reveal.
Yeah, that's 150. But we did get the 50 stretch goal, so she got her bonus, and we added in an 80, and the 80 is going to extend the book by 12 pages for back matter, which for people that don't know, that's like commentary, pinups, fan art, whatever we can throw in there, we're going to do. So that's at 80,000.
Throw in a penciled page.
Somebody in the chat wants me to show the 33,000 emails.
What 33,000 emails?
Because I'm with Hillary.
Oh. Okay, let me read some more of these super chats here. So that was good. Hey, that Logan Cook says that's a hell of a dream, sir. Shame about Vox. This is just so weird. I know. It's all these people who say they're my friends stab me in the back. Hang on, someone's calling me on the phone. Let me check this out here. Hello.
You're on the air.
Hey, Ethan, it's Vox.
That's me. I'm Ethan.
Hey, Ethan, it's Fox.
Okay.
Do you know any colorists?
Yeah. Could you call my wife? Do you have another number? Well, you know what? I'm gonna just take you upstairs.
Just mute your mic, Ethan. So, he was about to give his phone number on the air.
So, Doug.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of yours, man.
Oh, that's so cool.
I've been following your work forever, all the way back to Tommy Saurus Rex and Earthboy Jacobus, and Black Cherry. I was like, what the hell's Black Cherry? Ooh.
Black Cherry is my most jacked book ever.
I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I love
Tell us
my.
about,
Real
tell me
Jack,
about
baby.
Black Cherry. What's that?
That is one of my most sacred books I've ever done, but it's told with the most foul language possible. So it's about a lapsed Catholic drug addict and a stripper. And,
Is that your life story?
Yeah, it's my life story. It's not Catholic at all, but I wrote it for Catholics. And it takes place in a film noir crime world of the mafia.
I'm looking at it right now. It's beautiful.
Oh, so what you're saying is you hate Catholics.
It basically starts in the first third as a straight up crime noir, and then in the middle, the mob are paying this main guy Eddie Peretti to move an alien body, and then it suddenly just goes into sci-fi and demon possessed aliens.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It sounds a little xenophobic to me.
Off the rails. Very xenophobic. Very xenophobic. They use a lot of bad words.
Yeah,
It's,
I just looked it up. I was definitely expecting like a Jackie Brown type story.
Yeah, it is my Pulp Fiction. It's kind of my inspiration.
It's very nice.
But it's also my
Hey,
most sacred story of redemption I've ever told.
Hey, John.
Yeah, it's good.
Yo,
Hey, it looks like we have solved the colorist problem. Looks like Ross is going to be the guy.
okay, awesome.
Yeah, man, and that is that solved itself fairly quickly, and so that is a
Very
good
nice.
thing.
Yeah, cool.
You guys
I'm
solved
very happy
problems.
for you guys.
Pretty
So
damn
he'll
fast.
down.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, my
Bigfoot Bill
goodness.
Bigfoot Bill just crossed 55K. We just passed the stretch goal.
All right.
Woo! Hell
Hey,
yeah.
Thanks backers in the Ethan audience. I just appreciate you so much. That's very
is
good. Thanks to you,
confiscated.
Ethan, for having me on. That's just great. That one-
$55,083, 934 backers. That is phenomenal. Let me just
Hauling
check in on
ass.
everybody.
Hauling ass.
Very
Sorry,
nice.
I had to take that phone call. John Malin didn't move yet. Is anybody back graveyard shift? Somebody's got a back
What?
graveyard
What do you
shift.
guys got against John Malin?
Now I'm
Let's get
pulling
that up.
away. You got to even these things up, guys. This
Yeah.
isn't fair.
No, I know. I pick on the strongest person in the chat. That's kind of usually what I do.
I
So
see them in
won't-
my rearview mirror, and objects are bigger than they appear.
Brand by Antonio Bryce and Kanan White, 27,462. Let me just refresh that and see if anybody's helped out with that. No, we're still there. So
should
far,
get it
Doug
to
is the big
30K.
winner.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm in the tail end. Wait, how many days you got left, Antonio, in your campaign?
But 4 I
4
think?
days. Then we gotta throw some heat your way because you're running out of time.
Yep.
I just sold a book, so that's cool. I'm at 84,333. Let's see if, yeah, Brand. Antonio, people might not know there are 1,195 people watching right now. What is Brand about anyway?
Well, Brand is a supernatural love story. It is about a group of hunters, and they work for God. And basically, what they do is they kind of police the earth. They hunt down the supernatural, angels, demons, ghosts, weird witches, and little covens that are trying to open up portals into other dimensions, little stuff like that. And basically, my main characters are a couple named David and Dawn Craven. And David fell in love with this human woman, Dawn, and which was kind of against the rules. So he gets in a little bit of trouble for that. And basically, he takes her into this supernatural world and starts trying to teach her how to hunt these things down, along with his mask Penance. And then so he joins with Penance, and they get even more jacked, just like Booker T in the chat room. They get more jacked.
He does that in mine too all the time. You
Yeah,
look
I love
jacked,
Booker
Doug.
T. Yeah. Booker T. I saw he
You're
back.
the only one who
back-
says that.
Yeah.
And hey, you got an evil Santa Claus.
Dark Santana. Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Yes. Dark Santana is he's a evil doppelganger for Saint Nicholas. And they had to drain all the evil out of Saint Nicholas so he would be pure. And but they couldn't destroy it or they would hurt him. So that's why at the beginning of our story, he will be kind of in suspended animation and trying to escape this little prison that they have him in. and he is being guarded by these two elves that I call Bibbit and Bobbit, and they will be very fun characters, and Kanan is designing them now. So,
you know what I like about your book, Antonio, is it's brutal looking. So we talk about they work for God and they're angels and there's a love story, but this is a brutally real world. Like, to me, good and evil are gritty and hardcore instead of soft sell. And it looks
it's
like
definitely gonna be rough. It's there's gonna be a lot of, like, right at the beginning, there's gonna be a werewolf, and there's gonna be a lot of stuff. Like, Kanan's working on what I think is gonna be our 30,000 stretch goal, and I just contacted an artist that I think I'm going to have do our variant cover. If we can push towards 40, that would be nice. I'm very much looking forward to a variant cover from this person if he accepts the job. So there are a lot of things in store.
you get a variant cover, I got to buy two.
Well, I actually have a plan on that, because I know when I was thinking with Kanan, kind of what we wanted to do was, like, we've already got like a twin pack, and then there's also the Cold Winter's Night t-shirt packages. And then we've got the 5 and the 10 and the 25 packs. So if you ordered like the t-shirt package or any of that kind of stuff, you would automatically get like the variant, because obviously it's going to be a little limited. Some of the bigger packages, like say you ordered the 25, you'd get like 5 of the variant covers and then 20 of the regular. Stuff like that. We'll kind of trickle it down, and then I'll do some random variants for some of the people that just bought the regular issue.
Cool.
Just kind of make it fun.
Hey, Ethan, I'm gonna go get some writing done, but thank you for having me on.
I want to thank you, Nasser, for being a wonderful guest, a good friend, great guy, and being a big part of this community.
We love you,
Nasser. I'm actually leaving to avoid Art T. Bear, who just showed up.
Hey, Nasser, have a great day.
One leaves, one comes. Have a great day, Nasser. Boil your chair.
Nasser is damn funny. That's my sense of humor right there. I like that. I love that. I'm leaving to avoid Art T. Bear, who just showed up. And he's not really leaving to avoid Art T. Bear. Art didn't do anything to him. He just said that to be funny. That was great.
Not yet. I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah, not yet. Now it's coming. Now it's coming.
Soon.
You mentioned
Good
comedy,
morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning.
You mentioned comedy, having a sense of humor. Well, there's this new Vulture article. It's about post-comedy. Post-comedy. It's about postmodernism. Yeah. So it says here, like post-rock, post-comedy uses the elements of comedy, be it stand-up, sitcom, or film, but without the goal of creating the traditional comedic result, laughter. Instead, focusing on tone, emotional impact, storytelling, and formal experimentation. The goal of being funny is entirely optional.
You're trying to take away our laughter. You gotta stop.
Andy Kaufman already did it.
He already did it. He was
Andy Kaufman was funny.
He was funny.
I love my favorite thing Andy Kaufman did was when he went on the David Letterman show and he looked like he'd been homeless for 3 weeks. Did you see that? And he's just like, well, my wife left me. And then he went around with a cup. That's from the audience.
See, that's comedy. It's absurdist comedy, but it's still comedy. It still makes you laugh because it's
it's hilarious.
Everybody.
But now you watch Netflix, and I'm not talking about Louis C.K. I'm talking about those new lineups that they have, and none of them are funny. And you're not actually supposed to laugh because they'll be crying about their sexual assault when they were 18. And how do you laugh at that? And you're not supposed to.
Yeah, and they mix being shocking or vulgar with comedy too, like as if that's just you just go shocking. Ooh, I'm funny now.
Get a nervous laugh out of somebody. Yeah.
Post-comedy.
Post-comedy. It sounds great. Vulture's awesome. Left wingers are awesome. They're a lot of fun. Ian Howe, thanks for $4.99. Oh, thank God. After you missed the telethon, I was afraid you slipped into a pie-induced coma. No. Midnight Cherry TV, no KFC closed, Popeye, Zaxby's, churches for lunch. I'm going to say Zaxby's there. I like Zaxby's. Todd Waters, $5. Thank you. Jay Taylor, $5. Allison and the Money Badgers are grifters and panhandlers leeching money from men's rights for personal enrichment. Just ask Jim, Tonka, or Ralph. I will. I have no opinion. I can't. I can't. What do you guys think of this? I mean, people are like, "Hey, you can't talk to this person because this person hates them."
Oh, I hate that. That's policing people's friendships or associations. I talk to everybody, and I get in trouble for that. But you know what? That's my free will. That's my freedom to do so. I think everyone should be able to associate with whomever they want. And obviously, if you're going to associate with Adolf Hitler, people are going to look at you funny. But none of us are Adolf Hitler. Okay, so
Allison's in the chat right now. She just said, "Can I answer to that?" Yeah, I guess so, Allison. This is the thing. I just, I'll if this is true, I'll find out myself. It's like I don't form alliances and allegiances with people and make friendships. Really, it takes a little while. So, do you want Allison come in? Allison, you can come in real quick, and we'll see. I'll let you defend your honor here. Let me say, where's my Twitter? I shut down my computer for a second there, and I have to relaunch everything. Yeah, this is
you gotta work on your tech game, baby.
I know.
Killing me, baby.
I'm trying.
Art.
Yes.
Why do I see your face? What are you doing?
Oh, what am I working on?
Yeah.
You want to see it?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can do this. I'm an old guy, so I don't know how to do this.
When a man says, "Do you want to see it?" I get up.
There.
Okay, let's see. Is it on now?
Yeah. Higher.
I guess I need to talk higher.
Yeah, keep talking.
Oh, that's great.
So this is black and white. This is the cover. I'm hoping to finish it soon. So there you guys go.
Hold it up higher. A little higher.
Higher? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
beautiful.
keep forgetting the camera isn't in the center of this iPad. It's on the top.
Yep, it's on the top.
Yep.
Well, we see it. It's beautiful.
So we approve. We get
Yeah,
a
that's
thumbs
good.
up.
That's
Thanks,
good.
guys.
Looks good.
2 thumbs up, my friend. 2 thumbs up.
Oh, good. I wanna keep you guys happy and the fans.
Are you freehanding that dome and making it like that perspective on that machinery? Are you freehanding that, or do you have like some kind of measure?
Yeah, and I'm freehand inking it too. Well, some of the mech stuff I'm using a French curve on, like the robot on the ground.
Yeah.
But the curve across the top, I'm freehanding it because I want it to look organic. It's still mechanical, but I want it to look like it's beat up a little bit.
Yeah, your technique on all that stuff is amazing. Just for the commenters, a French curve is like a bendable ruler. You can bend and it'll hold its shape. Or is that the French curve, the shape?
Yeah, that's the bendy curve. Yeah, this is the French curve. So it's actually
it's
French
a hard,
curve, so it's solid. Yeah,
a hard curved, traceable template.
Right, it's a template. Yeah. So the thing is, if you're going to ink with it, you need it to be it's like risen on the sides.
Yeah.
So it's angled so the ink doesn't collect underneath it, so it doesn't bleed.
I just double up masking tape underneath it, and it lifts it off the ground a little.
Hey, Honey Badgers, or hey, Allison, you can come in. I sent you the link, by the way, to your Twitter. Yeah. All right, it looks great, buddy.
Thank you.
It does look great.
I think we're going live next week, so I still have a lot of things to try to finish up.
Nice.
Is Allison here?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I didn't want to talk over her. I heard somebody.
I know. I heard a kind of girly voice, but I think it was Art.
Yeah, it was me.
What was that? I looked
Then
up.
we'll have the real race, which is going to be black and white versus black and red.
Uh-oh. Oh, there's Elliot. Yeah. Hey, Elliot.
Hey, boss. How are you, man?
Good.
Badass. Hold on, let's look at that.
Man, that pen game is on fleek, brother. I love that. I'm digging the lines, man. I love that.
You know where the whole post comedy thing comes from? It comes from a lack of talent, right?
Like
it really does. Yeah, they're trying to be Andy Kaufman, but they're not. They're not as talented as he is, right? This whole postmodernism is about, it's a fight against meritocracy. It's a fight against values, traditional values, or traditional talent, skill, proficiency. That's why their comics look like shit. You look at Tumblr comics; they look like shit, and they're getting top gigs at the big two. It's ridiculous. And this is how they promote it, right? They promote ugliness rather than beauty. They don't believe in the virtues of beauty.
That's right.
Postmodernism is all about promoting ugliness over art. Right? Look at modern art. Postmodernist art is hideous. It's deliberately hideous. Some of these guys can actually draw, but they make it deliberately hideous. And what that does is it encourages people who can't actually draw at all on any level, any skill level, to become artists and become famous and popular because, hey, everyone is equal, right? It's a form of Marxism. Jordan Peterson goes into this pretty in depth. He explains the whole thing better than I can, but that's what it is. I mean, can you imagine a post-cuisine world where you can be a good chef even if you don't know how to prepare or serve food or even know of a recipe? And that's what we're going to, where people are forced to eat gruel because that's what food is now. Food is we're living in a post-cuisine world where food can taste literally like horse shit, and it's going to be okay. That we're going to be eating that stuff because, hey, apparently all these objective values, like food is objectively good or bad. Art is objectively good or bad. Even though art is subjective, what it means is subjective. The skill, that is an objective thing. We can see beauty just like we can taste good food. Well, that's out the window in a postmodernist world. It's the biggest threat that humanity, Western civilization, has ever faced.
Yeah, it is going to be funny to watch it attack food.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, they did a PragerU on that, on modern art and modernism and what art used to represent and what it represents now. Like people puking, like a statue of somebody puking in a bucket, that's in art galleries and things like that. So, what the heck is that? Is that really art?
A rotten shoe is art now. You can just take a rotten shoe, full of feces or whatever, put it in an art gallery, one that's pristine and clean, and that is an art piece because it somehow the semiotics of it symbolize man trotting into a pristine place or some nonsense.
Well, when I was going to school, they tried to pull this over my the wool over my eyes with what's that guy that throws the paint? It's the dots.
Pollock,
yeah, Jackson Pollock.
Jackson
tried
Pollock
to convince me that was art, and I'm like, no, that's a guy throwing paint and then explaining a story of what it means. It's like he's more of he just makes up stories than he is an artist. This is whatever springtime in whatever in Maine, and then there's just a bunch of fall colors or something, or beautiful flower colors or whatever. It's just pretentious BS.
It is.
It's not real art.
I wrote on my master's thesis, I wrote in defense of beauty, and you'd have thought that I was defending, the Holocaust or something. I put that art, ought to be beautiful, and I used as kind of my counter art is the 1961 piece where the artist canned his own shit, and he put a label on it. It says "artist shit," and he did it had each can had 30 grams of feces in it, and he had 90 tin cans. And this was in 1961, and a couple of years ago, can number 85 went for $250,000. And then you look on eBay or whatever for normal plein air painters who are doing just the most beautiful landscapes you've seen, and they can't sell them for $600.
Yeah, it's a crime.
That is what that philosophy has done. It has ruined the fine arts. It has ruined music. When you have 20 minutes of silence, and a full orchestra is playing nothing. And then now you see it come into Hollywood entertainment. You saw them ruin journalism. Everything leftism touches is ruined. We saw them make ways into the games industry, and now you see it in comics. And that's what Comicsgate is here to fight. Is these guys are normal, talented artists, no BS. All the beauty is there on the page.
It's alt games, right? With the video game industry, the games journalists, they try to promote these things called alt games. Not to be confused with the alt-right, but these alt games, they're not really games. You don't really play them. They're more virtual experiences. They're walking simulators, things like Gone Home, where there's no objective. You just walk forward. You press the W button, if you've got a keyboard, and you move forward, and that's the game. That's the whole thing. And there's one called The Path, where you're walking very slowly through a graveyard, and the game just repeats itself every day. You play this old woman, and you walk through a graveyard. It's boring. It makes you snore.
It's the non-funny. It's non-funny comedy. It's games without gameplay.
Comedy.
Well,
Yeah,
I have to laugh or
gameplay.
I'll cry. That's why.
It's so pathetic. I won't even say it's sad, because sadness implies that I'm gonna shed tears to it. That's emotional. No, it's not even sad. It's pathetic. I look down on it. It's disgusting. I spit on it.
Man, $250,000 though. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Get your canner.
I think Allison's here now. Allison, what's going on?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, hi. Thanks for letting me come back on. I'll try not to be boring this time.
Yes, pick it up. Be excited.
Pick it up. Work on your content. We need to get a writer.
Allison.
So this internet drama, which is possibly bar none the most retarded internet drama I have ever been engaged in my life. It started with Jim getting into an argument with a friend of mine, Dr. Randomercam, and then for whatever reason I got sucked in, got hounded on Twitter to come on one of the internet blood sports streams, and I had never listened to one ever, and I didn't know the topic going in, at least not specifically the topic, and because I had been hounded, I made a stupid joke about how I had manipulated everyone to allow them to infiltrate the stream with my Money Badgers powers, and that I was going to do shilling, and I was going to hijack their stream and shill. And it was basically the same kind of joke I did at the Calgary Expo about infiltrating a convention that didn't exist when I started my plans to infiltrate it, because I didn't manipulate them to get me on. And then the IBS.
I wish I knew what you were talking about. I don't know what you're talking.
I have no clue, and I'll be right back because I got to eat something. So I'll be right back.
Okay. I don't honestly, Allison. I don't know what you mean.
I'm explaining why they're doing the scamming thing.
Okay. Okay. You know Mr. Metokur. You know Jim.
I've only been on a stream with him once, so I don't really know him.
Somebody said he's got a problem with your, maybe not somebody's boyfriend or husband. What is this?
Boyfriend or husband?
That's what I heard. Somebody said, Metokur has a real problem with somebody's boyfriend or husband. And I think they were referring to you, but they could have been referring to someone else named Karen.
I don't know why he would have a problem with Karen's boyfriend.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand what's going on here. Let's see. Is anybody helping? People saying, Ethan, leave it. And people saying, it's your husband. I don't have a husband. I have a wife.
You have a sister wife.
Okay, so this is all. Oh, Karen Strawn. Karen Strawn?
Yeah. Girl White's what? She's a friend of mine.
Okay.
Right. I don't know if the drama has since mutated since I was paying attention to it, because when I was paying attention to it, people were complaining that I asked for money for X and then did X. So I would ask for money to do something and then do it. And that's what got me labeled a scammer.
Oh.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing that you guys are doing. You're asking for money to do comics, you do the comics, and you're scammers.
They're saying. Yeah, people are in here saying, it's funny that people are angry at the quote-unquote money badgers who are just doing what you guys are doing. Yeah, all we do is come in here and draw comic books, ask for money to promote our comics, to support our comics, to be able to do these. And we get it, and there you go. So, I got to do more research about this. So anyway, go ahead and answer the charge that somebody else. Let me reread the charge, and then we can just get to it that way. I think that would be best.
Fair enough. I'm trying to give you the context of what happened, but maybe that's boring.
All right. Here's what this person said. Allison and the Money Badgers are grifters and panhandlers, leeching money from men's rights for personal enrichment. Just ask Jim, Tonka, or Ralph. All right, so first of all, what are the Honey Badgers?
We talk about men's rights issues as well as general geek gamer culture issues, and we promote initiatives to help men, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And I also do a lot of work and research into what I would consider social dynamics, which is how societies form and function, which is incidentally very close to my interest in fiction, because you can write a believable alien society if you really don't understand how societies work. So that's basically what we do. It's a lot of talking about issues that men face, talking about initiatives to help men, the news, talking about legal stuff that men are facing, but also I bring in some stuff that women are facing. Like when I went on the Women into Comics panel, I talked about how teaching women to reduce themselves down to victims in every conceivable circumstance it does them no favors.
Amen.
Yeah, so that's the kind of stuff that we do. At least the theoretical part. We're all actually artists as well. Brian is also a comic book artist. He's my producer, Brian Martinez. Mike does drama and comedy. Karen is an erotica writer, actually. And Hannah's also a writer. In fact, the one of us who isn't really an artist as well is probably Prim, and she's going for a master's in psychiatry or psychology. So her interest is in the men's mental health realm of things. And that's what we are as Honey Badgers. And every year we promote and go to a conference called the International Conference for Men's Issues, which is not the first of its kind. There was one in like the 90s, but it failed to continue. But this has continued for 5 years now. And so we join up, we help them promote it. We do some other stuff at the conference. We cover speakers at the conference. And that's usually the part of the complaint about us is that we crowdfund for vacations.
They took donations for men's rights issues and did nothing with them. Also, they tried to attack other men's rights activists. That was really doing something about it. Also, they grab money for a lawsuit and employ a lawyer who isn't a real lawyer. Oh my God, what is this?
Can I answer this? First of all, I don't know which men's rights activists we've actually attacked, because we have gone out of our way to never engage in any kind of public battle with anyone in the men's rights community. Now, there have been men's rights activists who've attacked us, but if the person is still conversing about this, maybe they could give us a name of who we've attacked and maybe a link to a YouTube video that we've ever put out attacking person, or a blog post that we've ever put out attacking the person. Not on a personal blog, because Karen has got into tiffs with other individuals, but she is her own entity. She does her own thing. So, and then the other thing is that, what was the other charge?
I don't know. Hiring a lawyer that was disbarred.
Okay, let me explain how things work in Canada. This particular lawyer ran afoul of the judicial system in a cause of action called scandalizing the court. What he did was he was trying to persecute or get convictions against Mounties who had engaged in excessive force. And he was having an incredible difficulty doing that because the judiciary was protecting the Mounties. So he said the courts and the Mounties are held together like they're glued together by crazy glue. And the courts decided to go after him for scandalizing, which is essentially insulting the court. They actually got him disbarred first through this particular court. Okay. Then he was reinstated because of public outcry over this. And then they groped
the crowd is revolting right now. The oh my God. The audience is free. Every time you guys make an accusation, I ask Allison to answer it. She answers it, and then you go, "No, stop." Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it, guys. If you say things about her, I'm gonna have her come in here, and she can answer those charges. And then when she tries to answer the charges, you tell her to shush.
Because
people are like,
the answer.
They like, is it Allison? That might be fair to say. You might be absolutely right. They may just prefer the All right. So people are saying don't stop. Can you sum it up real quick in like 2 sentences?
All right. So the judiciary that had it out for him found another way to get him disbarred. He made mistakes in his paperwork when he was charging legal aid. Some days he overcharged, some days he undercharged. They got him. They decided to disbar him on fraud. During the hearing, and this has never been seen before, one of the 3 judges who was presiding over it basically rage quit the hearing because he was so sickened by what he was hearing. And this is how Canada works. We're basically a fucking third world slum. More like not a fascist dictatorship. That's a little too rich for us. What we are.
Yeah, we all hate Canada.
Well, if you're an American here,
Canadians are so
the
famously mean.
The left loves Canada.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. But anyway, I mean, I have other stories from other friends who've run afoul of the Canadian government and have had similar things happen to them, where the Canadian government has used the process to hurt people that disagree with it. And like I said, Canada is we're more of a third world hellhole than you could possibly imagine.
Well, people are saying get Metokur in here. Well, I did invite Metokur in. I just sent him an email with the link. But I mean, Metokur, we'll see. I don't want to turn this into a drama channel. But we're talking. Yeah, that's just not what we're doing. Somebody goes, "Is this post comedy?" This is all performance art. Good. This is all performance art meant to irritate you guys. That's kind of what it is. All right, let's read some super chats here. And let's give Allison a break, for God's sake. Allison, I have nothing against you except you need to. That's this. All I want is a little bit of sparkle from you. I don't know anything else about you, so I have nothing against you at all. But if these people are making me read super chats about you that are accusing you of things, you have every right to come in here and stand up for yourself.
I am an incredibly boring person. You were absolutely right when you called it. Metokur is making me interesting.
Doug's a boring person, and look at how far Doug's gone.
Yeah, I ride that horse all the way to
I'm almost thankful for him because I'm so boring, and Metokur has come in and he's made me into this like superstar, sinister, evil villain. And I'm like, wow, that's okay. I'll try to live up to that, but I don't. I really don't.
Maybe some goth makeup would help.
Oh, Allison,
I'll come back.
Do you have a lot of eyeliner? Can you draw eyeliner all over your eyes?
Paint, lipstick, black lipstick goes a long way.
Don't do that, Allison. Don't do that.
We're just joking.
Okay, let me read some of these. Have any of you ever met Steve Purcell? I'd love to see more Sam and Max from him and in general, says Michael Rodriguez. I'll bet you Doug has met.
Oh, yeah. Steve Purcell's a good friend of mine. Yeah. We used to Comic-Con together in a booth next to each other, or he was right across from me. So we were in the trenches, and he's one of my Facebook friends too. And politically, he's very much on the left. And he, in fact, he was just throwing bombs yesterday at my defense of the Supreme Court nominee. So we go back and forth. When I meet him at Comic-Con every year, gives me a hearty handshake. We talk business, and there's a lot of tolerance between us. And he is a very talented artist. I really like his style, like what he does.
Yeah, I like him too. I love Sam and Max. That book is so cool.
A good man. The guy can draw. And
would he look good in goth makeup though?
Oh yeah, everyone looks good in goth makeup. Yeah. Get one white contact lens.
That's more modern though. I'm talking about like the 80s goth, like
Morticia.
Robert Smith.
I'm talking more Morticia.
Susie and the Banshees. Yeah.
Nerkish.
Nerkish. Umbrella Guy's here. He says, "Hey there. Thanks for $2, Umbrella Guy. Why don't you just come in here? Let's see. Eric Weathers is an awesome human being and an incredible creator. One of my favorite people in the world. We both brought an ore. Row people row, says James Dean Company. So this is what this is a John Malin thing that I really, really like about Comicsgate. He says, you know what? Like, you can't be Comicsgate and stand on the shore. You need to get in the boat, grab an oar. Not a whore. Whore. I had to listen to that 3 times, John, before I knew what you meant. I was like, a boat with whores?
Right.
No, oars. You got to row. And that was brilliant. That's just a great kind of analogy.
Wouldn't a boat with oars also sell really well, though?
Yeah, it would, but I think we'd have no problem getting people to get in. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, he's saying do work. He's not saying work.
I think you would have people not rowing if that was in the boat.
Yeah. So he's got his whole thing is we've got to make this thing move. So, and he was talking about a specific person when he said this, but in general, man, you can be a part of Comicsgate. You got to get in here and you got to work. Winston's, and by the way, and take the slings and arrows like Doug has. Doug has more arrows in his back at this point.
I'm just a giant scar.
You are right over your heart and then all over you, just scars of people.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, cruelty. We're used to it. We're used to it.
I have a martyr complex. I love it.
Yeah, the martyr complex is nice. Do you ever be honest? Did you ever like get into a crucifix pose, like when you're just in a bath towel and look in the mirror?
Oh yeah,
I do that all the time.
Sleeping in crucifix pose. It's either that or I cross my hands over my chest like I'm dead.
Like oh yeah. Oh, I've asked Andrew to take pictures of me like that. Like, what am I going to look like in my coffin? Will you take pictures? She's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
So creepy.
I think people are interested. I think you might want to know. You know,
oh, it's every man's dream to be a martyr. We want to die for our family. It's much harder to live for them. It's like the easy way out is to die for your family.
When we say that, when we're like, I would die for you, I'd take a bullet for you, it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
it's true. Like, honey, just do the dishes. How about living for me? It's like, oh man, I want to die.
I would die. Yeah. I want you to remember me and cry. You know,
so much easier.
A lot easier. Ethan put down the pie, says Winston Smith. I did wake up and eat a slice of pumpkin pie. I thought about filming it just for fun, but then I went, nobody wants to see me put food in my face. Like that's gross. So I decided not to make a video of that. Liquor Jim, $10. Uncle Ethan, do you see Vox Dei as hooking you up to the plow? He's sapping your energy, money, and time for low cost. Have you considered the cost to fight the spin once you take ownership of Comicsgate trademark? Well, I've taken ownership of it, and so far, so good. Do I consider Vox Dei hooking me up to the plow? Yeah, I think so. I think he got a lot of attention out of that, which is incredibly flattering to me. I didn't know Vox Dei needed attention from me. I didn't know he needed to do that, but I guess he does.
Everyone needs attention from you.
Well, Vox Dei, you know what I mean? Like you, are you at a low ebb that you need to, I mean, you need to rob energy from me or get attention from me? It's very flattering. I like that. He's sapping your energy, money, and time. He probably took about $500 from me for the cease and desist. My energy, it was a pleasure. Time, made for good content. And I liked it. I think the end result was pretty good. I think it worked to my advantage. Anthony Halberstadt, thanks for $5. The greatest insult an enemy can suffer is to be ignored. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, they don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like rolling around. Everyone is saying crazy things right now, and people just want attention. The fact that Doug is just sitting here, like people can say bad things about Doug, John Malin. People can say bad things about Ian. We don't respond, and they just lose their minds.
They hate when you're calm and happy. That's just because their goal is just they just throw a rotten pumpkin at your doorstep, and they're just like, oh, this is going to really get them. And when they see you just go your happy way, and especially when you produce, when you make art, because their goal is to stop you from, they're anti-artists. They say they're pro-artists and they're pro-creativity. They're anti-art and anti-creativity. And I win by being the happiest guy I know and being the most productive guy I know.
Well, when they're throwing pies at Ethan, he just eats them.
I just eat them. Yeah, absolutely delicious. Thank you.
I had a quiche. The beloved Miss Tenaple threw a quiche in front of me this morning. That's an egg pie, right? That's kind of a pie.
I miss those.
Okay. Fulfillment service stuff. I'm pretty excited about this. This is all coming together. I've never done a comic book before. Are you guys excited about fulfilling these?
I'm very excited. Yes. Yeah. Are you doing a service, Ethan? You're going to give them a cut, and they're going to fill your envelopes because you have too many.
Yeah, Andrea finally just said, I don't want to do this. I can't do this. I went, okay, that's cool, because we'll go over here and we'll do it here. We had an offer, and it was extremely convenient, and that way I can just get right into Rainbow Brute, And it's also nice that like some other entity is going to be responsible should packages show up damaged or missing. Some other entity will have to fix that. I don't have to worry about it. I'll be working on Rainbow Brute.
You know what? I've done a couple of these
It's
Kickstarters.
international.
That's good. That's really good because that will burden you months after you've shipped. Because sometimes people don't come back and say, I didn't get my package or whatever. Something was damaged like a month, sometimes 2 months after the campaign. So if they're going to stay with you, Ethan, that way, that's a good deal.
I've had people 6 years after my Kickstarter send me an email. I never got my book. And I'm like,
yeah.
Well, Andrea is fixing the addresses. We still to this moment, there are 19 people who did not include their addresses with their orders and have not responded to emails requesting.
Yeah, I had a couple of those. That was weird. Although I did, one of the guys, he wrote back and he fixed his address. He said he had backed like 6 Indiegogos and he'd all had the bad address on all of them. So I was like, yeah, that was crazy.
It happens.
All right, let me read some more of these. Let's see. Ethan, good morning. Did you dream? I did. I always dream. Go Jerify. I don't remember what they are though, usually, unless they're particularly touching or scary. I love my nightmares. Jesus A. Sabalis Jr. Hey, Ethan, any chance at making a perk where you can get multiple copies to help combine shipping? Did you end up getting the inspection done? See, I love it. Yeah, I did. I got the inspection done. It's I won't have to get inspected again until Trump's reelected, so that is exciting. And I don't have a perk yet about multiple copies, but let me explain something. When we get to Rainbow Brute, all of this is going to get ironed out. Rainbow Brute, my first 2 Indiegogos here were just a learning experience. Rainbow Brute, I'll have it down. There'll be no problems. So bear with me. Liam, $2. Trump likes winning, so he can see what he wins. Teresa the Kid, I've been using bad comics to teach my kid how to read. I cut them up and use different poses to teach her sight words. That's kind of cool. Yeah, William K. Nelson. I sent Rainbow Brute issue 1 story outline. You'll love it. I won't read it, Wilhelm. I wish you wouldn't have done that. I can't read that because
do it legally liable. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't bother to unless you're hired to write something. Don't write it and expect anyone to read it because if I were to read it and I took something, I had an idea that was similar to yours, you could sue me for it. So I will delete your tweet or your post. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, it makes you sound rude, but it gets serious. One time I made a show called Project Geeker for Sony Columbia TriStar. It was on CBS, and there was a kid who worked at the Kinko's down the street from where I would do all the photocopying for Kinko's. I mean, for my show, and he claimed that I once looked at his artwork, and he tried to sue me over Project Geeker, and I'm talking about like $1 million+ where I would have lost my house and lost everything. So from that day on, and by the way, I was going to have to pay for the lawsuit myself just to defend myself. And Sony came in and indemnified me and took over the whole suit. And the guy scared the guy away. But from then on, people send me emails. Will you read my script? Will you look at my characters? Like, I want to help you, but I can't. I will not expose myself. I will not glimpse at anyone else's artwork unless it's out in public. And even then, I just don't have time.
We have to protect each other. We're protecting each other. I'm protecting you and myself by not reading your Rainbow Brute story. Besides, I've basically said so many ideas already. It's like you just stitch together my ideas that I've already said in chats. And, Colton Bach, hey, Doug, I loved the Neverhood as a kid. Thank you.
Yay. That's my video game with Dreamworks. I appreciate all my Neverhood people.
They love you. Mike is Hillary's server at Applebee's, says Go Jerify. Mike's not here to take that abuse, but I'll convey it to him, believe me. Martin Dent, Elliot has an NPR voice.
Welcome to the Ethan Van Sciver Comic Book Pro Artists Comicsgate Live Show.
Yeah, goosebumps. That's good.
That's good. The best the government could fund.
Yeah.
Now for Doug Tenable.
When me and Diversity in Comics were really getting into this, doing YouTube, we used to talk like everyone says they like our voices. They say that our voices give them goosebumps. Like, how cool is that? Like, I mean, there are some people who do these YouTube channels and their voices are horrendous. Nurkish is one, for example. Nurkish's voice.
He sounds like that.
I'm half Nurkish.
Oh my God. It's so Andrea, I'm like, he's really funny. She's like, I can't listen to him. He drives me nuts. And Captain Cummings was the same way. Captain Cummings, nothing personal, but it was just like, oh my God. Like his voice was like, it wasn't pleasant to listen to. But yeah, so, people, if you have a voice like Elliot's,
Soothing.
Yeah, soothing. You can listen to Elliot talk for a long time while he draws. He's going to have a successful YouTube channel.
I'm drawing an angry frog with cybernetic implants.
Here's my money.
Done.
Somebody says talk radio, warm milk. Correct. Put people to sleep.
And then I'm.
Tifo has a very high T voice.
Tenaple does. Yeah.
Yeah, I can go real low, but I tend to stay up high and thin and reedy, especially when I get excited. I don't know.
John Malin does too. When John Malin's pissed, I like to just sit back. When John Malin's pissed, I just lean back from the microphone and just cross my arms and listen.
It's Edwin who stays way down here.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's the Hawaii effect. I think
he's always chill. Always
gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he from originally?
He's Hawaiian. I don't know where he's from originally. Is that a Hawaiian accent, or is that kind of?
No, I thought he told me he came from what was it, North Carolina? That no, his brother's still out there. Yeah. He
kind of does a Garrison Keillor. If you think about it, down here around Lake Wobegon.
Yeah, he's the NPR voice for sure.
For sure.
I'm just trying to get the attention off of you.
It's not working. You got the soothing voice.
It's sexy. That's what it is.
Liam says, "You got my grocery money, Malin, you bastard." All right, and he gives a little smiley face there. Let's see how everybody's doing, shall we? Let's look at Brand. Brand was at 27,462. Let's refresh it and see. 27,559. Congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah, so we sold a couple of the Cold Winter's Night T-shirt packages.
Very good. All right. So Graveyard Shift, John Malin was at 52.96. Let's see. He is now at 52,323.
Awesome.
Damn, kid.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Cool.
Doug Tenaples.
We're fighting Canada together.
Doug Tenaples Bigfoot Bill 55.83. That's where it was. Refresh it. 55,283. So that's easy math.
Bam.
$200 more dollars. And Cyberfrog was at 84,333. We'll just fix that. 84,438. So thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you. Terrific. Yeah, everyone's doing good. Everyone is selling comics.
And I hope you guys aren't broke by the time Black and White comes out next week.
We'll promote that. We'll make sure people get their eyes on that. Believe it.
Thank you.
I'm in Black and White. I'm going to do Black and White, man. As soon as it goes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
We got to jam a piece. Weren't we going to jam a piece?
Yeah.
Doug?
Yeah. I'd love it. I pencil, you ink, and then you pencil, I ink.
Yes.
That'd be fun.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good too. I'm at 460 now. 460.
Oh shit! I got to put your.
Oh no! I'm just saying. I'm excited. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Elliot,
with my sexy voice.
Elliot, you came in a little bit later, didn't you?
Voice when I see Elliot.
Yeah, I came in later. Yeah.
Okay, making me feel better. I feel like I screwed up.
No, brother, it's all. I'm excited to promote you guys this way too.
I love this inking. That is fantastic.
Oh,
who are you going to work on a book with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
I actually wanted to thank you, Ethan.
Why?
Oh, because something you said. There was a conversation in the previous stream's comments, and someone pointed out that I needed to grow a thicker skin, and then they pointed me to something that you said about your detractors and how you just power through it and you keep working through it. And because of watching that, I decided that I was going to actually, stand up for my story. And I set up something on my website. And since I did, I actually got about $600 worth of sales. So
nice. Yeah, Allison, what I was talking about you earlier in this stream, I don't remember how it came up, but I was saying to people, I was criticizing your performance yesterday on this stream. And I want you to understand something. I'll say it to you now that you're here, because I think it would be helpful for you to hear. People don't respond. If you're saying, this is my situation and isn't it sad and I need your help, people will give you some money, and they will give you some money to make themselves feel better because you've made them feel bad. This is not a sustaining. This will not continue. If they've purchased your book, they're not going to read your book. All they've done is just you've made them feel sad inside. They want to make themselves feel better, so they've paid you, and that's over with. Their conscience is cleared, and they've moved on. In order to be somebody who wants to rise up out of the situation that you're in, and your situation is bad. I mean, I watched your video. I was like, Jesus, but you can do it. You can do it. You need to keep that inside, not share it with anybody, and get out there with energy and enthusiasm and talk about your comic and talk about your art and talk about your creativity, your plans. Always sound positive. Always act as though you've got $1 million in the bank. Always. And just sell your work to people. Sell your enthusiasm, sell your smile, sell your art, sell it all. And people will actually support you and be excited about your work. And they'll stop worrying about you. They don't need to worry about you. They need to get on board with you. So that's my advice to you.
America loves a winner.
America loves a winner.
That's how Patton put it. America loves a winner and will not tolerate a loser.
Yeah. So what we talk about here is we talk about our comics as hot dogs or hamburgers. We're not out to sell art. We're not out to make anyone feel any particular. We're just out to give people fun, a good time. Look at Elliot drawing Cyberfrog right now. People watch that all day long. It's fun. And then I just put his link to his comic book. By the way, I should let everyone know his sketchbook, Elliot Fernandez's black and red art book. My God. And the thing about it is that I just put the link in the chat, guys. Or in the description, I mean. It's in the description, so it's permanent. If you look at it, look at this. To buy the book, it's $10. It's just $10. Estimated delivery, October 2018, so you're going to get it next month sometime. And there, I mean, that's $15. Look, you're sold out, dude. You're sold out of the commissions.
Yeah.
It's beautiful stuff too, Elliot.
Thank you.
I figured that would happen real quick. But everything else is still widely available, and you can get in there. You can support this artist. You're watching Draw Cyberfrog right now by clicking the description below, or clicking the link below the description, and you'll see Elliot Fernandez's sketchbook and a link there. Go over there, support Elliot. Throw him $1, $5, $10, $15. Those are his tiers right now. You can get the sticker, you can get the print, you can get the art book, you can get all of it for $15. 40% off the original price of $25. Support Elliot. Look at what he's doing for you right now. He's drawing that just to amuse you and probably to sell on eBay. But yeah, good times, guys. I mean, support this guy. That's all we're doing here. We're selling hamburgers. So, it's like, how can we make a comic book that amuses, entertains you? How can we do that? And then, will you support it when we do? And the answer is yes. Now, no other comic book company seems to be doing this right now. Comic books are so mired in politics and hate, and just sort of satisfying themselves that they are righteous. And nobody's really worried about selling comic books anymore, except for the people who employ these people. And these people who they're employing couldn't give a damn. They're all socialists. They don't care about making any money. We do. We care about making money here. We let the audience know that. We are trying to sell them comic books. We're very deliberate about it. We are a capitalist enterprise. All of us are our own little capitalist enterprises. And we try to stay chipper and positive. So people have sent you our way because you are a men's rights activist, which means that you're kind of on the right. That's a good thing. We got to pick you up.
Well, I just want to warn you that I'm just here for your money.
Well, that's not the best way to put it, but
we'll work on your pitch. We'll work on your pitch.
Yeah,
you need a PR team.
I need a PR team. Well, that's fair enough. I'm not going to say that I'm that great at that part of what I do, and I would love help with that.
Jim Man just goes, wow, just crashed like right out of the gates, right into the wall. Boom.
Let's try that again.
Yeah. Work on your pitch. Think of yourself as somebody with a hot dog stand. You do want to give them a good product, but you're in it for the money.
That wasn't my pitch. I was just actually in chat said I'm here. My supervillain power is I hoover up shekels, and I've been attracted to the scent of shekels, etc. So it's just,
It was just more.
I'll encourage you to have some patience, because you're entering into a Comicsgate culture, and like any culture, you got to learn the language and read the room. And I came into this room and I crashed and fell hard too.
Oh, Doug lost. Oh, I'm gonna make fun of Doug for you. So
Doug is soy.
Doug starts yelling at the audience. One of the things we encourage here, in fact, it's necessary, is you need to have incredible amounts of respect and patience and kindness for the audience, because the audience are, they're your customers, really. We don't use the word fans as much as we use the word customers. It confers upon them respect and dignity. Fans means, yeah, you guys suck our dicks, essentially. That's what that means. Customers means, how can we help you? You're always right. And so that is kind of how we treat the people. And so Doug freaked out one time, and this was like 2 weeks ago, and Doug started calling them all SJW. And Doug came in the next day yelling at them that they took their money away from him. He lost even more money. And we had to be like, Doug, apologize to the customers. And finally, Doug kind of got it worked out. And but I mean, so it took Doug a second to kind of figure out exactly what it means to be Comicsgate, and how that is.
They have their own language and customs, and one of them is they're hard on the new guy, and that's cool.
Hey, Metokur's in the chat. How you doing? Do you want to come in? That is awesome. Yeah, I don't see him though. Somebody just says he's in the chat. Dun, 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 dun. Right,
yeah, about 8,000 comments up. Probably you got to search him.
Yeah.
He needs the super chat, so he stands.
No, he doesn't need to super chat me. But he's welcome to come in if he wants, anytime, of course.
There Doug goes again.
Yeah.
But that is the whole thing, and you want to just kind of be respectful of the audience. You want to be respectful of the crowd. I told you I invited him, guys. He said, "Yeah." I don't. Where is he? What identity is he under? Well, anyway, I gave him the link, so he can come in if he wants to. Yeah. Everybody just repeats and they go, he said, sure. He said, yes. All right, Allison, you're in for it. Here comes Jim. Here comes Metokur.
So what's going on, guys? I got a bunch of people were linking me here.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah. Hi, Jim. How are you? I'm Ethan. We've met before.
Yeah, we've talked before on stream.
Okay. This is Comicsgate Live. This is our chat where basically everyone who is doing independent comic books, who's kind of like right-leaning, who kind of has found themselves ostracized by the mainstream industry, we get together here, we launch our comics, we sort of spend time shilling our comics to audience, we talk about comics. Now, I received several very concerned messages about this woman here, Alison Tieman, and people said Alison Tieman's in trouble. And they said, hey, maybe you want to help her. So I watched about 10 minutes of her video, and I kind of went, we'll see. Allison reached out to me, and I put her on the stream. And then people all said, Metokur, Tonka, Ralph, all severely dislike this woman. you should ask Metokur. So I sent you a message and said, hey, come on if you want to explain something that I don't know.
Oh, the money badgers?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know about Tonka and Ralph. I can only speak for myself. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of theirs. Yeah, so they had a thing where they were thrown out of an expo. This is kind of during the beginning of Gamergate, or kind of at the early days of it. You know, editorial pieces were written about it. They did a fundraiser to file a lawsuit. Hired like a disbarred lawyer or some shit. A lot of money was poured into it. A lot of people backing it. Went tits up. Didn't go anywhere. Didn't work in court. They kind of have a reputation for going around with hat in hand, asking different communities for just all sorts of different, you know, funding projects and Kickstarters and shit like that. I don't know anything about her recent video. I don't know if she does comics or stuff. I literally have no idea about any of that. All I know about Comicsgate, and again, this is like I'm not a part of that, right? I've been watching from the outside and shit, but I mean that's kind of the stuff you guys are into, right?
Right.
But the thing I can tell you is, like, an outside observer, is it's really obvious a lot of people are making like a lot of money. Like you see, like one comic book is like hitting $500,000 and others hitting like 80,000 and 40,000. Like you guys are doing gangbusters, right?
That's right.
So you're going to have a ton of people coming in who might be, you know, have ulterior motives or might see an easy payday, looking to shill some stuff and try to make a quick buck. I can't say if that's what she's doing. I'm not saying that's what she's doing, but
well, I can actually answer that, because on the first stream that I did with Ethan was actually encouraging me to shill my comic book, and I said, I don't want to, because precisely this accusation. I do want to bring attention to the fact that we are appealing. At this point, because we're going to be appealing in the Court of Queen's Bench, we're going to have to get a lawyer rather than legal agent. And we're already.
Are you gonna hire one that can actually practice fucking law this time, or are we gonna do an appeal?
Can I answer that?
The disbarred guy.
Can I answer that? This man has been working as a lawyer for something like 30, 40 years. He was disbarred because he ran afoul of the Canadian government. And the Canadian government does not like dissenters. And he can work as a legal agent, and he did work as a legal agent in our case.
I thought he ran afoul because he committed fraud.
No, did you hear the original part of the story? The original part was that they tried to get him on scandalizing the court because he insulted the Court of Canada, or the Supreme Court of Canada.
So it had nothing to do with overcharging or undercharging.
The first time that they tried to get him was with scandalizing the court. The second charge was on bookkeeping errors. And that was the one that they managed to get stick. Except that during the actual hearing, there was three judges who oversaw the hearing. One completely rage quit because he was so disgusted by the entire thing. So this is actually a scandal what happened to this guy, because he stood up for people who had no voice, were completely dispossessed. And he was slammed by the Canadian government. And the Canadian government has done this to other people, done it to friends of mine. I have another example. That I have an account or a tax consultant friend who went up against the Canadian Revenue Agency. And the Canadian Revenue Agency was bullying one of his clients. And
do you think that lawyer would be the best person for you to hire to represent you in a court of law?
I think that in the Canadian Civil Court, in this Civil Court of Alberta, he was the best person that we could get. I literally believe that, and I put a significant amount of my own personal resources on betting on that investment, and I think he did the best job that we could have ever gotten. The problem is that the judge decided to just completely go off the rails. He ignored law. He ignored fact. The judgment. Sorry, the guy with the red background is sort of echoing. The judgment.
Well, actually, can I jump in here really quick?
No,
I'll let you can say whatever.
Public. It isn't even.
Well, no. I'm just wait 1 second. I just want to say one thing. Shit. I'm sure this is a comic book stream, right? You guys talk about comics and Comicsgate and stuff. So I don't want to eat up your time. I just got thrown the link. I gave you my 2 cents and stuff. I'll let you get back to the regularly scheduled program. Again, I don't know what her product is. I don't know what her relationship to your thing is.
Just met her yesterday. Have no idea.
I can only tell you my opinion on it. I gave it to you. You guys can continue from there. You know, good luck with your projects and stuff. Good luck with the Comicsgate stuff. I'm gonna jump, but take it easy, guys.
All right, bye, Jim.
Yep, have a good one.
That's crazy. We got Metokur in here. Yeah. All right. So Metokur's not a fan. Metokur's not a fan, but you did explain yourself to him, I think. And I don't know. He doesn't seem.
I wish I could convince him. Well, you know, and the other thing is, what's really strange about this entire situation is that these judgments are supposed to go up within 30 days on the CanLe site, which is a site specifically for presenting judgments in the Canadian courts. Our judgment still isn't up after 37 days. And we know that it's been transcribed, but nobody's making it public. So that something fishy is going on about all of this. And as I said, Harry Capito has spent his lifetime fighting for causes that the courts basically wanted to put under the rug.
Yeah,
I don't think there could have been anyone better to take part in this. And furthermore, when we do the appeal, when we go to the Court of Queen's Bench, you're already looking at lawyers for representation. And I know it was a controversial choice.
Where did the other guy go? I go to the bathroom.
Jim basically listened to that and went, I'm getting out of here. I think that's basically what happened. I was going to ask Jim about Vox Dei, but you know, I didn't want to.
All I heard, this is weak sauce, you know, and Allison, I don't know you from Eve, but all I heard was a guy say you're wrong because you got a weak lawyer. You're wrong because you got a weak lawyer. Is that a big argument? And then he says, you know, some people want to make money. Not you. I'm not talking about you. So that's like a passive aggressive impugning of your character, which I don't appreciate either. Again, come out and call it. Is she one of these scam artists trying to just make money? And by the way, we all like making money. It's called a comics. You know, it's not a charity. So far you're the bad guy because you got a weak lawyer and you want to make money off your comic.
The chat is going berserk right now, by the way. Absolutely berserk.
I don't get it. I don't hear the big taco, the big this woman is poison. All I see is someone who wants to make a comic. I don't know if you're good or not. I haven't seen much of your work, but I haven't heard anything yet.
Would you like to see my work?
Yes, I'd love to see I love seeing art. Put your work up, show your credentials.
Okay. I actually figured out that I can screen share my stuff if you guys are.
Screen share while you talk and we'll see it.
All right, hang on. Let me click on you.
All right. So I will go through and find my. It might be a little bit awkward because I have to find the.
I'm praying right now. Please don't be bad. Please
no porn.
All right.
This is every kid who came up and wanted me to do a portfolio review at a Comic-Con. I'm like, please, before I open this, don't be bad.
Don't be bad. Yeah, I know. Okay, here we go. This is one of the pages from my second volume. I'm not sure if this is flipping. No, I have to.
Ethan, are you on that, or is she on
it? She's on it. She's doing it.
Can you see it?
Can you see it? I can see it. Can you?
I can't on my YouTube stream because I'm just looking. I'm not looking at the channel, but I can see the thumbnail of it. And I saw her talk before, and it looked good. All I see is Art's picture. Why is Art's picture stuck up there?
All right. Let me try finding something else.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Did you ink and color that? What'd you do on that?
I inked it. I actually hired someone to help me color.
Yeah, I do that too. You know what you're doing? That's good enough. Kid can draw.
Well, I mean, I can show you something that actually is more
like people.
Yeah, more people.
Characters.
The characters doing stuff. This is like the most awkward way of sharing. So there we go.
There's only one way to do it, but to do it.
Can you see that?
I see a thumbnail.
I see it.
Yeah. Might just
well, I can see it. I don't know if everybody else can. I don't know why I can see it on my screen.
I can see it on. I can see it. I think the chat can also see it.
Oh, good.
It shows up on.
Yeah, they see it. They see it.
All right. So I'll share another one. Like, I apologize that this is such an awkward way of showing artwork.
Yeah, that looks good. I like your cartoony. Looks almost like Bluth influence. That's good. Good enough to say you're a comic artist. I mean.
Yeah, and there's no real easy money that comes from comic books. You know, most artists spend minimum a month to produce a book. And, you know, I mean, easy money is, in my point of view, would be something like just someone that goes and has intellectual arguments or something where there's no you sitting in a room for 30-day period with nothing but a pencil and a pen, or in my case, a tablet. So there's no easy money in comics.
I can tell you something else you can pursue that is even worse. Civil court case.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah.
You get in court and you lose.
Yeah, let's.
Can I be honest? Can I be honest about this art?
Yeah, Mike Miller, go ahead.
Well, I wouldn't pay for it.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, someone might. I wouldn't. Someone might. You know. My thing is this within the realm of this is a scam artist who's using a movement for their benefit? I mean, she doesn't have to be an official comics skater. She just wants to make comics, and they're kicking her out of conventions. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. None of this makes any sense to me. And I thought Jim would help illuminate it. And I think Jim was honestly just kind of like, I don't want to get into this. And then he kind of left. So I don't get it. The chat is still 50% is for Allison, 50% isn't. I've never seen a situation like this before. But Seki says, can we move on? And I think that's the best thing for now. Let's just move on from that. And the chat is free. I mean, honestly, the chat is moving like a tank tread again, just going up. So, wow.
Well, since I have you here, how would you suggest I improve the artwork?
Who are you asking?
Any of you who said that it's sort of disappointing, or
yeah, that's a longer conversation, really. If it's not simple as, hey, just make a left turn. It's really about just continuing to practice and improving. I mean, really, to Doug's point, you've got something started there. If you have a customer base and they're buying your product, it doesn't even matter what I myself or anyone would say about it. But I do think that it's more a matter of just continuing to do what you're doing. Do it. Just keep doing it. You mentioned yesterday that you had stopped doing it altogether. This is my sexy voice, by the way. And so, but I mean, just keep working on it, because at some point they're going to hold one of the things that we've been saying a lot lately is, and that's the reason why I wanted to join the group, is that it's about quality and excellence, frankly. And we're not just doing it to get someone's to appeal to someone's emotional interest in it. We want to be legitimately.
We want to be better than the mainstream.
There you go.
That's what we want to do. We want to take a bunch of people. I mean, look, Dave Sim is a legend. Dave Sim was removed from the mainstream of comics, kicked out for reasons not dissimilar to the reasons you were kicked out from the vague idea that I have. And Dave Sim is a legend. Why would anybody ever encourage him to stop writing comics? Why would that happen? What is wrong with this industry? I mean, you can be weird, I guess. You can be eccentric with your views in some ways, but not others, I suppose. I don't understand it at all. And so Dave Sim is coming back. Dave Sim is going to write Cyberfrog with me next issue. And that's what it's all about. So I'm all about people just collecting the excellence and bringing it here. People who felt like people like Doug TenNapel, who created Earthworm Jim. He belongs here. He belongs with us.
My people.
Yes, absolutely. Right. So Allison, keep practicing, keep doing it. We got to work on our pitch, and we'll start a new book. Let's try a little harder. Let's do more. I don't know. How do you describe what you need to work on? You need to Oh God, I'm at a loss for words. John, John Malin, do you have any words?
Yeah, Allison, you can go ahead and find me on Twitter. I'm at John Malin, and send me a couple of your pages, and I'll look at them. I'll go over them with you, maybe on a private stream or something. I'll just draw over them since I work digitally, and if there's any issues, I'll try to point them out as best I can.
Okay, can you give me your name again?
John.
At John Malin. JONMALIN.
JONMAILN. Okay, can you give me your name again?
At John Malin.
Oh boy.
JONMALIN.
Someone.
Quartering.
That wasn't
Jeremy.
me. That wasn't me.
It's Jeremy. Yeah, it's Jeremy.
Jeremy's here.
Boom, bam.
So we're getting big stars in here today.
What's up, Jeremy? How you doing, man?
Yeah, what's up, Ian? How are you?
Oh my God, your mic.
Oh, it's like the Jolly Green Giant. Jeremy is the Jolly Green Giant of the Midwest.
Yeah.
He really is. He's
The DJ brought the 808.
Jeremy, where do you do this?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm a little concerned that she doesn't know who John Malin is.
Jeremy, stop it.
Jeremy.
What in the world?
Jeremy, your mic.
He's doing it on purpose.
Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, it's a lot better.
I just cried.
better? I'm a little concerned that she didn't know who John Malin was.
That's concerning.
That is concerning.
That's not Comicscape.
No,
Yeah.
I can't actually spell names is my problem. So I'm dyslexic. So you
Hey,
just,
It's okay. No hard feelings.
If he offers you a trace over or a draw over, that is a school education. That's like a year's worth of art instruction in 30.
Learning from a master.
That's incredible. So
Yeah.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
that is good good on both of you. I love it.
Hey,
Well,
did you guys?
thank
Oh,
you for
sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Jeremy.
I thought I'd just pop in, see what everyone's thoughts were on a new impending diversity inclusion policy coming down in DC. Did you guys see this today?
No, what is it?
No, tell us.
Oh yeah, see, hot take coming in, bringing it back, bringing
bring
it back to life here. Well, Warner Media, who owns DC as well as like many people, have announced a new diversity and inclusion policy for projects by the company.
Oh,
That's great.
Yeah,
Great.
oh, this isn't going to be.
So do you
good.
need a woman in every comic? Is that what they're saying?
no. It's not even. It's transcended that, my friend. Now, one of the quotes from the article was, "We must all ensure there is greater inclusion of women, people of color, the LGBTQ LMNOP community, those with disabilities, and those with underrepresented groups in greater numbers."
Oh, so they want Nazis. They want to hire Nazis because they're not really represented in the media.
Yeah, that sounds good for me for a conservative evangelical. I'm going to get on that diversity stuff. How many of those are they working for? I'm sure they mean conservative.
Mandatory wokeness, as Jay Liswitz says in the chat.
I am going to start I'm offering a new comic book, but I'm not selling it through DC. It's going to be through Comicsgate called Woman Protectors. So Woman Protectors, or no, Woman Respecters.
You should hire PewDiePie. Have him write the thing. Have him write the script.
Jeremy, that sucks out loud, and it's really sad. I'm glad you're here, though. I want to talk to. I just invited John Della Rose in here. Now, John, I'm glad you're here. John just sent me a message.
Hey, man.
Do you mind if I read your message or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, man. I never said a bad thing about you. Your people are sending me death threats and calling for my death. It's time to say something.
I saw that he posted something in the chat earlier a couple hours ago, and I was like, "Whoa, what's going on there?"
It's not cool.
Thing
Not
going
cool.
on.
First of all, let me just say something right at the outset. I don't have people. I mean, Doug has people.
Yeah,
You've always said that. You've always said that. I don't have people. I don't have people.
Do you have any? Sorry, do you have any screenshots of the death threats? I mean, you should expose these threats.
I do.
Okay,
and I'm
let's get them.
These are the people who are going with the Caesar thing and taking it a little too far, and you know, I mean, they definitely are doing this in the name of following your channel, whether it's, you know, your people or not, you know.
Well, wait a minute here. Are you giving us the guilt by association stuff, man? Come on, that's SJW stuff, isn't it? I don't think I've ever heard Ethan. I haven't heard Ethan.
I never said a bad thing about you.
To attack you.
Well, let's just a little bit of backstory here. So John Delarose is Comicsgate, but John Delarose is also a big supporter of Vox Dei. Vox Dei tried to co-opt and overthrow Comicsgate yesterday until the community stood up against him and said, "No, we said 9," and he understood.
Kaiser will not be overthrown.
He understood. We said 9, and he said, "Okay, that I understood." He didn't understand the no. And then John Delarose has always been cool with me, and I think that John Delarose has also always been cool with Vox Dei. That puts him in a very tricky spot.
Yeah.
But however, John, I did hear you go on a live stream with these guys this morning. I woke up and there was you talking to Rokabir Kumar. And you were saying the argument was about, you know, it was about race realism and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. You want to talk more about that? I mean, what happened?
Yeah. So Ro made it sound like, and I've got screenshots of the way it was too. Ro made it sound like he just wanted to talk to me because there were people who were angry with me because I'm standing with Vox. And
are you standing with Vox?
Yeah, 100%. He's my friend, of course, always. I'm
you
a little guy.
Support what he did. You support what he did to Comicsgate 2 days ago and yesterday.
I don't view that his intention was to do anything to Comicsgate. I think he lashed out in a way that didn't look very good once he got attacked. But I think his original intention was honorable, to be honest. So,
well, you heard what he said. I mean, his original intention was, you fucked with the Dark Lord. You shouldn't have fucked with Will Callaghan. And every time you fuck with the Dark Lord, I'll take something away from you.
Yeah, that was a bad look. That was not his original intention. His original intention is in the Bounding into Comics article where he laid it out. So that was after he was attacked, like en masse. So let's be honest where things start here. But yeah, so Ro made it sound like he wanted to chat with me one-on-one, like he was being an earnest, honest guy. And Ro actually is a person calling for my death, DMing people, you know, saying he wants my head and things like that. So
is he being serious? Do you think?
No, of course not. He's not.
Ro's got a character that he plays, John. Okay, he's got a character. He's pretending to be a Roman centurion. He's not.
That's fantastic. People are being awful to me. They are being, you know, just going way off the rails with me. They are, you know, claiming I'm some sort of heretic and things like that, and they're saying horrible things to me. And it's because Ro's doing it. If Ro's doing it as a character, Ro needs to go, this is a character. This is not real. I don't have a problem with John. I'm, you know, this is over the line, guys. There's nothing okay about this.
Could I see the stuff that he's doing? I would appreciate it. I would like to see the script, because I always show people the screenshots when I get death threats, and I get them daily, and I try to show as many of them as I can.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you this right now.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Because I just want to contextualize this, John. I don't think you should be receiving any threats whatsoever.
Wrong screenshot, but let me grab it.
That's concerning to me too. I don't think that's cool.
No, of course not.
Because there's stuff that we say in a joke that other people might take
It's
seriously.
like Caesar, you know, all the stuff that they do. It's just fun.
I don't away from all this.
It's all fun and games until someone loses an eye.
Until someone gets swatted
by a Roman.
It's all fun until someone gets swatted is what happens.
When it's fun, it's when it's good.
Well, you know what, John? If you're not having fun with it, then it's not fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's nasty. It's scaring me, to be frank. And I want it to stop. And I've told people to stop. I told Rope privately, you know, this is not cool. And he said to me, what did he say to me?
Ro's in the chat right now. Ro's got a wrench, and not literally a wrench. Don't worry. I mean, hold on a second. Let me pull this up. All right, I'm gonna screen share this. So we're gonna have a look. And Ro,
hold on.
Is there more?
There's what we got. This is the real one. I sent the wrong.
Oh, okay. The first one isn't that bad. So let me get rid of that one. Get the second one.
Yeah. This is that bad.
All right. Hang on a second here. Screen share this son of a bitch. Boom. All right. Can you guys see?
I can't see anything.
Yeah, so I said I've got another one where I laid things out also, and he said I gave you 10,000 chances to backtrack. I did not trap you, as if I'm somehow like responsible for him saying things like this.
All right, so Ro Kabir, who by the way pretends to be a Roman centurion, it's his whole thing. He's like, "Give me your throne for Caesar." He was he was trolling Vox Dei, and that's who he is. But if you don't know that, then he might seem scary. Let's read this. Tell me about Aroz. What do you want with him? Who is he talking to? Is he talking to you?
No, this is somebody else who sent this to me.
It reads like a joke to me.
It's a joke.
Beheading,
a joke.
public execution. Same reason you want him. Give him to me. Does Caesar will it? They're play acting, but Ro, you can see how Ro says, "Get me on this chat." All right, here comes Ro. John, are you okay with Ro being on here? Do you feel afraid?
No, of course not.
Okay, hold on.
It's getting nasty out there, guys. I mean, I'm just getting message after message from this same group just saying I'm not real Comicsgate. We need to purge people like Aroz, blah 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 blah. And I've never said a bad word about anybody.
All right, well, we're gonna fix it right now.
This is very disconcerting.
We're gonna fix it right now, right this minute. Ro Kabir, you're welcome to come on. This is a crazy morning.
It's at 10 people right now.
Art T Bear, can you? I got Art T Bear muted because he was making noise during the.
Do you guys need me to bail?
Yeah, if you need me to skip, Ethan, just say so.
Any one of you can skip so that we can make room for Ro Kabir, but I'd like it to be Art right now because I've got him muted and I can't unmute him for some reason. Let me see. Okay, you went. Art, we'll catch you. Or somebody went. Who went? Art went and somebody else. All right, so Ro Kabir, you've got the link. Come on in here. We'll work this out as men.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna jump. God bless you guys. Work it out.
Later,
out.
Doug.
See you. Doug. Thanks, Ethan. Thanks, all.
Thank you for your honesty, Doug.
See you, love.
See that? That's nice. I like that. John, you really so is there more? There's more than just Ro Kabir doing this?
There were a few in the chat on our live stream doing this the other day when I was just saying I'm friends with Vox, I like his comics. There were a few on Rose chat when I went on and just tried to I'm trying to smooth things over.
I don't think that's a death threat when people say stuff like that. A threat has to be real, right? Like they have every intention of acting it out. I think people are role playing, they're just pretending to be Roman centurions.
I don't think Ro is a real threat to kill me. I think he's trying to stir up. I think he is trying to stir up people into hate and anger, and trying to get people riled up against me. Who, it is very real and very scary at that point.
I mean, then you should have said that, right? You could have just said that maybe he's creating, he's making it uncomfortable for you. I think that would be like the honest way to talk about it. To say that he sent you death threats or that people are sending you death threats.
To attack me over quote honesty when it's not hyperbole. He's using that language. This is real. So
no, I mean it's role playing. It's not real. I mean we know it's not real. We looked at it.
Okay.
Well, look, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that if John is feeling deeply uncomfortable by this, and it's meant to be a joke, and it's not a joke because John feels uncomfortable, we got to fix it. You just got to fix it. Sure, John I'm a little bit.
Get Ro in and
I sent Ro the link. I don't know why he hasn't come in yet. I don't know. It's not helpful without him in here. But listen, of course I'm edgy around John right now. I'd be honest with you. Very edgy around John. Now, John, all the stuff that you're saying, you can easily apply that towards what Vox Dei is doing towards me right now.
His Supreme Dark Lord, I'm going to take things away from you comment. I don't like that.
He's writing entire essays about me, doing videos, calling me a liar.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff like that. That's okay. No fun.
We're responding, right? Ethan's responding to Vox.
I don't believe that. I believe he started his imprint thing. It was through the Bounding into Comics article. You see what he said there. There was a big lash out against him, and he's lashing out back. And I think yes, he's culpable.
Well, he started it.
For some of the,
it's the point, right? I mean, he threw shit across the wall, and then people across the wall threw shit back at him, and now he's playing the victim, and you're defending him. Like it's like poor Zoe Quinn, she did something bad. Poor Anita Sarkeesian. It's the same thing. He's an SJW.
No, it's not at all. He didn't say anything attacking anybody to start. He got attacked, and then it all escalated from there. Now he is culpable because he continues.
How did he get attacked?
100%. I'm just letting. I'll let this go. John, go ahead.
How did he get attacked? I mean, within minutes, I had people online shrieking at him, going, and bombing his live stream. Everybody's laughing about it and mocking him on here. I mean, I've seen creators on here, calling him tons of stuff, and whatever. I mean, but. Yeah, there was an attack on him. Of course, he's going to lash out back harder. That's how these things go, right?
Right.
And
but you don't feel like you were attacking anyone, so therefore you're not really.
I definitely was not attacking anybody. I've never.
I don't think you should have gotten a lot of the shit, right? I don't think it's fair to tar and feather you because of your association with Vox. Sure, I mean there's an argument there, but I think you're defending Vox a little too hard. I mean he's an adult. He's a big boy. He can defend himself. You don't have to, just because you're his friend, you don't have to defend him all the time. I mean, you can see how people react to your defense of him when, you say Vox Dei did nothing wrong, right?
Well, by the same token, people come on and go, hey, explain yourself, explain this. How are you not a white supremacist? And I'm like, well, I'm not white for one. But, it just goes into that mode and nobody's listening. It's just pure attack and pure escalation.
We're listening. We're listening.
Everybody needs to de-escalate.
Jeremy's not listening. Jeremy Hambly tuned out. He's the only one not listening.
I've heard every word.
Okay.
I've heard every word. I don't want to just muddy the waters,
Okay, here comes Ro Kabir. Ro, how are you?
Man, you know what? I'm hearing lie after lie, man. This is it.
Okay, all right.
Are you serious, dude? You're going to justify this?
I'm hearing lie after lie. You know what? Shut it, John. Number one, shut it, all right? You make up lies. You show doctored pictures. All right. If you notice, every single time I write in my texts, everywhere all over Twitter, what do I say? Do I ever swear? Do I ever say, I'm going to kill you? I'm going to cut you? Nothing. I use poetic language to get my point across. Why? Because I'm not interested in actually physically going and hurting anybody. So you can read those in any one of my Twitters and go back. You show a doctored picture. You come on the live stream. And man, I was kind. Anybody looking at that live stream can see straight out. Point blank. Yeah, man, I'm there. I'm like, brother, you can't really.
It was hostile.
I said, brother, you can't mean what you're saying right now. You can't be saying that you want an ethno state, that you want to chuck out all the Mexicans, that you're going to do genetic testing. That I'm okay because I'm a good immigrant. I'm Indian. I got okay genetics for you, right? That's what you're saying to me. I got my kids standing next to me. Don't speak now, man. I got people coming in. My kids coming in over here, and I'm saying to them, all right, you know what? John says that we're going to have an ethno state in the USA. It's coming to all the Western countries. He agrees with the Vox Dei. That's what's happening next. You know what, John, man? You're a weasel, brother. You know what it was? I'll tell you what it is. I'm a father, man. I see a fat, chubby kid. So you know what? I want to protect him, man. I've seen people, saying, oh, they've been throwing you out of sci-fi conventions. All right, cool. So I backed you up at many live streams. I'm coming there. You know what? I got all my buddies coming in saying, all right, little T's in trouble. We're going to go in. We're going to protect him, whatever. Then what you do, man, it becomes clear. No, you actually are a racist. That's the strange part, because you know what? I'm sitting with my wife last night, and I'm sitting here. My kids' grandmother's there, right? My mother as well, looking after the kids. No, don't speak, brother. Don't speak, man. You said your piece, brother.
I'm out. This is not.
Yeah, exactly, man. And I said to
whoa. Hang on 1 second. John,
I don't want any of this shit.
Yeah, you don't want this shit because it's true, brother. That's the bottom line, man. You know what, man? I love everybody. I love white people. I love black people. I love brown people. My sister's marrying a Scottish guy. I don't care, brother. I don't care about none of that, man.
Hold on. Whoa,
I measure people on the
Bro.
Can I
settle?
Can I ask a question?
What do you want, Allison? What's up?
Are they saying that an ethno state is coming? Is he saying it's coming, or is he saying?
Nah. He wants one, man. He's saying the states are going to be broken up. Just watch the live stream. You can see me there.
I never said that.
Watch the live stream, brother. Watch the live stream. It ain't edited. Watch the live stream. Everybody here, watch.
Can I just ask one thing?
He didn't say that.
Yeah, go ahead, Ethan.
I watched it, and he did say that.
He did actually say that. I watched
say
it last night.
He did.
8 hours ago. I watched it.
Bro,
I think he
I mean,
watched
you
it.
tell me, Caesar. You tell me.
All
I mean, you seen how I was acting there. I came in as a friend, and I said to him before, I go, John, you really want to be here live stream?
Let's just get before we get to that, Ro. What do you mean? What's doctored? What photograph is doctored?
Yeah, we need that screenshot. Like, show your version of it. Yeah.
What version of it? There isn't any version of it. This is doctored stuff, man.
No, I don't mean version. I mean, like, take a screenshot of the conversation that you had with this person. So you're saying this conversation never actually happened?
That's right. That's exactly
okay. Let me explain something to you. Ro is 100% telling the truth. Moose Bauman showed me the same thing last week. He came up with a whole big thing with me arguing with some nameless person about wishing that Moose Bauman's wife would die of cancer. And it was entirely invented. And he said, "Did you say this about my wife?" I said, that's fake, and you know that's fake. And he knew it was fake.
All right.
Somebody out there, John, somebody out there, don't run away. Stay here.
Yeah, John, it looks like someone out there is trying to sow dissent between comics gators by...
Forget it. He's not comics gate. If he's comics gate, you know what?
I know, but you know what I mean.
Black man here, Ian, yourself, man, everybody here ain't comics gate then. I mean, you know what? There's not a single racist bone in Caesar's body. That's why we follow him. He judges men on the content of their character. Time and time again, we see it for truth.
Facts.
Okay, that's the bottom line. The thing is, there is a rot. There is a rot, and I've seen the rot. There is a rot.
You're betraying Caesar and going against his word because Caesar said not 5 minutes.
Brother, I seen what you said, man. You said it, brother. You said it. Everybody's seen it, man. Everybody agrees with what everybody's seen it, man. I mean, you asked everybody.
I know, guys. I just want to get. I want to get the story straight.
There ain't no white nationalists allowed,
for each other because it's not good radio.
I love white people, man. But
all right,
saying right, man.
I don't care what's good radio. I wanted to work this out. I didn't know this was a
John.
John.
Just Ethan's stream. Let him speak.
Let me. I want everyone to say what they have to say. I do want the truth to come out, but I want it to come out in an organized way. Shouting doesn't solve anything. Shouting over each other. So please let me moderate. John, stick around. Rose, stick around, please. Everyone just kind of calm down, because people are saying let Ro talk in the chat, and people are saying let John talk in the chat. So
John, your words are spoken for yourself, man.
One thing at a time. So Ro, I just want to get this straight. This is a screenshot that I'm looking at right now, and it says, "Tell me about Della Rose," and somebody blew. Okay, the response says, "What do you want with him?"
It's called Photoshop.
Okay, so you didn't say beheading, public execution.
I know stuff.
That
the
never
whole thing
happened.
is fake. Okay.
Okay, perfect. I believe you because it happened to me. So there is someone out there who is manufacturing these fake conversations, and you can tell they're fake because you can't tell who the other person. It's like, who is this other person? Who is Ro having a conversation with? How did this conversation get captured by someone? Why would anybody who was having this conversation clip it and send it to someone else? So it's
rando, right? Some rando sent it to John. I'm assuming.
You know what? Listen, I'm a programmer. Okay, I mean, I know how to use Photoshop. Many other people know how to use Photoshop.
It's not even Photoshop, right? It's you just Control I and then you just fill in people's details.
I don't know, man. You know what, man? I just write code. Okay.
All right, John. Now, Ro, hang on one second. Let me control this. All right, John.
Yo.
Who sent this to you?
I cannot say that.
Okay. Whoever sent this to you knows that it's untrue. Whoever sent this to you is lying to you. Whoever sent this to you has a problem with Comicsgate, has a problem with Ro, has a problem with you. And so they sent you this bootleg, false, fake document in order to get you riled up, to get you afraid, and to get you to kind of get you to go wild in like you're doing right now.
Hey, Ethan.
Yes.
I noticed the other day that someone else in our private chat had posted a message, and someone was talking. They were saying unkind things about Ro, and I like I say, I'm not going to dox that person here, but I noticed they seem to be someone has an issue with Ro. Because I noticed it popped up in our chat that someone had a screenshot. They had kind of blurred some stuff out, and this person was saying things about Ro.
All right, let's talk about that off the air and let's sort that out because I think I know who you're talking about. I just want to get down to the bottom of this.
That's why I didn't want to say that person's name. So
all right, I want to get to the bottom of this.
All right,
so Ro, do you feel like hurting John Delarose?
No, I don't feel like hurting him. Man, this is the thing. What did I say to you at the end of that live stream? Man? I said, John, don't get in the way. Get out of here. Take some time away from all this stuff. Anybody watching that video, this is not a setup job. This is not a hack job. All right, this is not, so what you're saying is, it's not a hack job, this damn thing. The bottom line is that I said to him, let's talk before. I heard you're supporting Vox Dei, this sort of stuff. Let's talk before. I don't want to make this public. Let's have a conversation before. Let's talk. He goes, I'm streaming right now. I'm on live stream, so let's talk after. I said, all right, let's talk after. And then here we go. We're streaming on War Campaign. So he goes, I'm going to jump in. I go, you sure you want to do this? He goes, yeah. I go, all right, come on in. And then I asked him your thoughts, how you feel about different stuff. The thing is, all this doesn't matter, man. At the end of the day, comics are comics, man. If you want to tell me that you want to break up the United States into ethno states, man, you can watch the video, bro. I mean, that's it. This is the worst part. I don't think there's actually any racists. 99.9% of people in this thing, okay, in Comicsgate are actually not racist. The white guys that are with me, man, they're all white dudes, man. Half of them, I would say 50%, 70%. They don't have a single racist bone in their body. You want ethno states? You talk about man. All right, let me talk about one thing, bro. Let me talk about one thing.
Hold on, bro.
This one question.
Give him a second.
Man,
John, go ahead.
Man, these
John,
are
what you saying?
Look, your whole premise is somebody's lying. This is a fake screenshot. Somebody's twisting.
No, it's not about that, dude. It's not about the screenshot.
I can't even get in a word. This is what Ro does.
Ro, hang on, please.
Every time
I'll give you time to answer.
They just go, well, why are you being a white supremacist? Why are you this? Why are you that? It is a gotcha thing. It was intentional to try to hurt me and try to make me look bad. Ro even says so. At least he alludes to it in a private chat with me, which I can share.
Put that on. I want to see that I allude to. I said so many times to you, man, that I didn't want to do this. I felt actually very upset about this sort of stuff.
I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because you're this horrible person. Yeah, that is your.
Can I answer? Can I say one line?
So stop.
I mean, you said, can I say one line? I got one line for you. Okay, I got one line for you. You said it to me. Culture, genetics go together. That there's certain genetics that cannot come into the country. That's what you said. It's on the stream, bro. It's on the stream, brother. It's on the stream. Man, it's on the stream, man. It's on the stream. Anybody here can watch the stream. Click my. Anybody can. Man, you believe in that kind of that race reality, that genetic stuff. I mean, this is it. Okay, that certain races can. This is what it is, man. I was thinking, okay, you know what? I ain't gonna do anything. We're still gonna just attack Vox. That's it. Go to bed. Wake up the next morning. I'm like, no, it's not right. I can't have this guy. I can't have this guy associated, man. I can't have this guy associated because then it makes everything that they say about this movement true. It makes everything the SJW say true. That's what it is, man. You and Vox are the cancer, bro. You and Vox, the alt-right is the cancer. This is the cancer.
You're calling me cancer. You're calling me this stuff, and then you're claiming the screenshots.
You're the rot.
I don't buy it at this point.
You're the rot, brother. You're the cancer in Comicsgate. There is a rot, and you and Vox are the rot, and this is it.
Right.
It really is, man. As soon as you talk about the genetic stuff. And then you say to me, you're going to turn the whole world Christian.
I'm out, guys, because I can't even say anything because Ro just talked over me. Ro calls me a bunch of names, and you know what? Ro can stop.
I need you to give him a moment, Ro. I want to hear both sides. I want the chat to decide. So if you're talking, I know you've got passion about this. I know how you feel. John's got what he wants to say in his own self-defense. So let's just let him talk. Let's just be quiet. Don't respond. John, go ahead.
This is what it's been. I tried to talk. I tried to be peaceful. I tried to say, look, I've got a friend. EVS is my friend. Vox is my friend. We can't go to McDonald's yet, buddy. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. I've tried to say this over and over, and I just get attacked. And Ro wants to attack. He very obviously wants to attack. He's saying things that I didn't say in order to make me look bad. And
what did you say, by the way? Do you want to clarify that? What did you say about the ethno state? And America breaking up into.
Well, first off, this obsession. I don't bring any of this stuff up. Every time I step into a stream, everybody goes ethno state, ethno state, ethno state. That's all everybody's thinking about. I'm not. I'm not thinking about it in ethno state ever. I'm thinking about a golden age superhero that I'm writing right now, like before this, and then I'm getting weird screen from my dad. But when I went on there, I said, yeah, there's a probability that the U.S. will devolve into an ethno state, and I think it's likely to happen. I do say it's a good thing. I didn't say I wanted that. That's a lie. But I think it is likely. Frankly, we have several ethno states within the U.S. right now. They exist. They have existed for 150 years. Indian reservations.
What are you talking about?
Now,
there are no ethno states in the U.S.
Let them talk. An Indian reservation is an ethno state by definition, because you are separating people based on who they are, who their bloodlines are. They actually want to coalesce as their one bloodline, and they have their own laws, they have their own cultures, they exist, and it was done. The reason it was done on the U.S., what for good or bad, I'm not arguing.
He's talking about the Amish. He's talking about Native American reservations, Mormon polygamous communities.
Yeah,
they're okay. All right. Well, this is what I'm being fed here.
Communities for different reasons. And just
okay.
Would you say reservations are good places?
I'm not saying that. I am saying.
And he's so Vox is arguing for these. Yeah, and they're not good places. They're bad. They're poor, impoverished. These people have no money.
Caesar, you just tell me when you want me to talk.
I will.
Are we fighting against that? Is everybody here fighting very hard?
Sometimes you got to give them rope, bro.
That is literally Nazism.
I mean, you mentioned in your live stream. You mentioned in your live. Excuse me. You mentioned in your live.
I don't want to talk about this because I don't care. But
yeah, but you have to talk about it because that's the issue, right? That's the issue.
No. The issue is people are wishing death upon me, and honestly, I believe Ro actually probably said that.
He didn't.
He didn't send it.
Far.
That was fake.
All right, then
guaranteed fake.
Then speak out and say, I don't want anybody just harassing John and wishing violence on him.
I'll do that right now. I don't want anyone harassing John Delarose or wishing violence or death upon John Delarose. That is stupid.
Thanks.
However, I do want. That's it. People keep thinking that I have the power to change anything like that. I don't control people. But if you're asking me what I wish nobody would bother you. I wish nobody would bother you, harass you in any single way. None of that. That's not what I want.
100%.
So, having said that, you do need to understand that thing that you were sent, the person who sent it to you was your enemy. Ro Kabir Kumar disagrees with you, I believe, fundamentally, finds you to be racist. And he's got cause to think that because I listened to the stream myself. I couldn't believe it. It was a very casual way that you were talking about the separation of the races. It was very casual.
It exists.
Vox is cold and logical, as if there's anything logical about what you're saying.
It exists.
You pointed out, you said China and India are ethno states. They're really not. There's 56 ethnicities in China. I would know this. I've seen people like Vox. I don't know if he said this specifically, but I've talked to other people who believe in the whole ethno state idea, and they cite Singapore as an example of an ethno state. It's not an ethno state. I've lived there for years. There's many different cultures. Immigration is open, right? You can immigrate if you have the skills, right? They only want people who have merit to immigrate. It's all about a culture, and it's not. I'm not talking about monocultures here. I'm talking about being decent and civil and not forcing your values on other people. That's all these places are. Same with Iceland. Iceland is 99% Icelandic. Is it an ethno state? No, it's not. They have immigration.
Well, isn't if I may, isn't the I'm not sure that debating an ethno state on the comics live stream is
it's not great.
It's not great.
Like a straw man. Like he came on to say he's getting harassed, which okay, fine. Obviously, people have individual responsibility. Ethan has disavowed it. Of course, anyone on here would disavow it. The Facebook conversation appears to be fake. There's no proof otherwise. Even if it is, whatever. Everyone clearly disavows. I don't think debating the ethno state. This doesn't seem like the place for that.
Well, no,
definitely
I
isn't the place.
I don't
just wanted to get into what you were saying. What John was saying.
I don't care about ethno states. I don't advocate for ethno states.
I mean,
I'm just
my
saying,
my
I'm just
issue
saying
my
they
issue with you,
exist.
right?
Jeremy's awesome. Everyone loves Jeremy right now.
Jeremy's
Everyone's
awesome.
saying thank you, Jeremy.
My issue here, and this is not about whether ethno states are right or wrong, right? And they are wrong. Is that you seem keen to defend Vox Dei's views, his abhorrent views, because you seem to have a fundamental misunderstanding of what ethno states really are and what they entail, and that is why people who do understand what Vox is talking about, they take issue with it, because their proper idea of an ethno state would be Nazi Germany. That was an ethno state.
I think Vox is talking more about the sort of Indian reservation thing because he is a Native American. That's from his experience.
Isn't he the one that praised that guy who shot those kids out in Iceland or wherever that was at?
See, this
Norway.
This is what you do. Is that
It's a white
joke,
nationalist.
or If Roe talks about these things, is it a joke? Like so what?
It wasn't a
happens when you
joke.
talk
He
about
wrote a
something?
blog. He wrote a blog
All right.
saying that, oh, what this guy did was pretty bad, but it's understandable. And those kids, well, they had to die because people are really mad, and Norway is fighting back. This is an
All right,
example.
nobody here
blah,
except
blah,
no.
That sounds like his words. For
Yeah,
sure.
let's
Yeah,
let's not bring Vox anymore.
No, yeah, I hate talking about him, but yeah, I mean, this is the point is that he's the kind of guy who will say stuff like that.
We dispatched
That's what I'm
Vox
dealing with.
yesterday.
I'm
His name is now Vox Yesterday.
Vox
His
Yesterday.
name is Vox Yesterday. We are moving forward now. I don't want anyone to harass.
I'm not attacking anybody.
Okay, John. I don't want anyone attacking John. John, basically, here's the thing. Here's a great thing that happened. Ro Kabir Kumar, who I love that man. Ro Kabir Kumar gave you a chance to come on his stream with a bunch of other guys and gave you open mic. And you said some things. You got your views out there. I mean, that stream's going to last forever. I don't think Ro Kabir Kumar is threatening you. I think somebody who you think might be your friend is not your friend, is sending you doctored bootleg messages. You should be aware of that. And I'm telling you that, John, as a friend. Somebody is sending you bullshit
I'll
and
take
trying to
your
get you
word.
upset. Take that under advisement, because it happened to me.
If
I know it
that's
to be
If
true.
that's true, Ro, I want to talk with you offline, work with you, find out where this originated, and we'll call it out. Let's do it, Ro.
Okay, can I respond, Caesar?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. So first of all, what I want to say is that all the Centurions, they come from every single walk of life. They are every single kind of race. Race doesn't actually matter to us. We are as colorblind as it gets. Everybody here in Comicsgate is. This is why this is such a serious matter, because as soon as you actually have somebody who believes in cultural ethno states, in genetic, the difference between different races, as if you can you can genetically test. And we had this comment in the discussion. How can you tell? What are you going to do? What kind of genetic testing is going to be necessary to be able to tell if people are going to be able to integrate into the white Christian ethno state that we want to enact? It's also clear to me, it's said in the stream, that John wants the entire world to be Christian.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the calling.
Right. So you want the whole world to be Christian. How does that work now if people are not Christian?
Well, eventually everybody will be. It's in the Bible.
Right.
So,
Okay. So everybody's going to be Christian. So the thing is, I got Muslim extremists. Okay. In my family, my aunt actually converted to Islam. She was beaten by my grandfather. My grandfather beat the hell out of everybody. She became a Muslim. She ran away, and her friend Farah took her into the basically, trained her in all this kind of stuff. And then she was married in the mosque, and she was married to a Libyan. So her kids are half Libyan and half Indian. Now the thing is, they weren't allowed to listen to music growing up. They weren't allowed to do anything. Actually, my cousin Muhammad from this marriage had to come and live with me to get his life back on track, because he was so screwed up from this kind of religious lunacy. And the thing is that it sounds exactly the same here. A true Christian is a man like Edwin the Elder. Okay,
yes.
So yeah, he lives it, man. He lives it. When I speak to him, I love to listen to Bible verses from him, because he speaks it, man. I see too much in Comicsgate. Many men speaking about Jesus, and very few of them living it.
I'm not living it, not at all. But I don't speak it that much, so that's probably a good thing. Now, here's the thing. I want to just point out one thing. We're not selling comic books when we do this. When we talk to each other this way, this is bad for business. We're not selling comics. And that's what it all comes down to. I mean, really, we have these disagreements and these quarrels because so much of what has put us where we are has to do with politics and disagreements and dissent. And craziness from SJWs and other political extremists. We don't need to bring that home with us. Let me show you. I mean, Doug TenNaples' Bigfoot Bill right now. Doug TenNaples' Bigfoot Bill has only sold one copy this entire time. Ro Kabir, you bear some responsibility for that. Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog Blood Honey comic book has only sold one copy this entire time. John, I blame you. John Malin. Let me check this out. 52,323. We refresh this. Maybe John did real well. No, John actually. Okay. Graveyard Shift graphic novel has sold about 4 copies, $52,453. I'll take the credit for that. I'll take the credit for John Malin doing very, very well. Antonio Bryce's Brand is also doing very well. $27,582. I will take the credit for that as well. The rest of you, I condemn you.
Caesar.
Let me check. Black and Red by Elliot Fernandez. 3449.
Hey, I tried. I
Jeremy,
should be getting condemned.
You're not. I haven't condemned you yet. I'll give you the credit for Black and Red art book by Elliot Fernandez. Has sold $50 worth of sketchbooks. That's like, hey, that's like 5 sketchbooks. So Jeremy Hambley, well done. Well done. You sold those sketchbooks, I think, just by being who you are. Good job. Everyone else, we have to get it together. John Delarose, I don't want you harassed. I do not agree with your views. I do not agree with your defense of Vox Dei, who I think tried to harm this community. But you and I have a difference of opinion there, and that is fine.
But we're still friends, and that's the beauty of being men.
That's
right?
correct. And I don't want anyone threatening you. I don't think, if anyone who's listening, just leave John alone. I mean, if you feel like John has excluded himself from this community in some way, then leave him be. And let's talk to each other and let's figure out how we can grow Comicsgate, how we can do better comics, how we can sell better comics, and how we can put forward a better image to the outsiders, not to the SJWs. We don't care what they think, but we do care what other people think who are not aligned with this yet, who are potential customers. That is important to Comicsgate. So let's just think about how we look from the outside to normal people, to just your everyday normal person. So for that, Ro, I want to thank you for coming in here, speaking with passion.
Can I say one last line, please, to John?
Yes, sir.
You know, John, the thing is that I actually don't even think you are a bad person. I think you don't know about what you speak. Okay, you're talking about there's no way that you're going to get an ethno state without removing many, many people by force.
I don't want an ethno state. I never asked for one.
Okay, the thing is, I mean, it's just not going to happen. I think you're following the wrong guy. You got to choose, man. You can't serve God and mammon both. Money is not everything. I know you got a family to feed. I have left contracts myself when I was not happy with the way they were doing things because it was against my principles. A man cannot simply live for money. He must have pride. A man needs pride. Without pride, a man has nothing. All right. That's what matters in life. Nothing else matters.
That's great.
All right.
That's great. You have anything else you want to say?
She's the most important advance to do so. Frankly, that's
we didn't even hear you. You went like
sorry.
that. Do it again.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm loyalty is the most important thing to me. I wouldn't abandon a friend. I wouldn't go out and attack somebody. I wouldn't, try to rile people up against my friends. And that's why if you look at the way I'm handling this situation where it's 2 people against each other, and that's fine. That's why I'm on here. That's why I'm talking to Ethan. That's why I'm not saying a bad word about Ethan. This is why I supported and continued to support Cyberfrog. this, you know, we can all be friends and have disagreements and not like each other's friends, and there shouldn't be a problem with that. And we don't need to harp on that continually. I think Ethan's right. We need to move forward and just produce comics.
That's correct. All right, very good. Appreciate you. Look at the Cyberfrog drawing. I mean, no matter where you stand on the Ethno state, you gotta love that. You gotta love this Cyberfrog drawing by Elliot Fernandez. What do you think, Elliot?
What do I think about what?
What do you think about drawing Cyberfrog at this point? Is it comfortable?
Yeah, I'm feeling it now. I'm like, yeah, I get him. He's I'm feeling the Bugs nature of him. It's fun.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny kind of. You got to give him the big feet too, like Bugs Bunny.
I'm running out of board.
Oh, whoops.
Oh no.
John, I don't want to hold you up. You can run. If you have any other complaints, if anyone's bothering you that I know, or you could use my help in any way, I will endeavor to give you help. But yeah, let's get back to selling comic books. I want a day of peace.
Yeah, me too. I've got 360 pages of comic books in development to come out within the next year. I've got a lot of work to do. So thanks,
all right,
guys.
man. All right, take care, John.
Bye.
All right, so we got that done. Jeremy Hambley, what is your assessment of all this? Waste of time?
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
Yeah, I mean that's not what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it's completely right. It's a side quest.
Yeah, a side quest. Damn, it's the Gamergate language coming into Comicsgate.
Damn.
I love it. Yeah, that's not what we're trying to do. We are trying to sell comic books, and we're trying to make comic books. We're trying to make people happy. Of course, as much as I don't want this to be political, it is political just by nature of the fact that we are anti-SJW. And of course, that means that we invite different kinds of people in who are passionate about things. Some people like Ben Shapiro. Some people don't like Ben Shapiro. You know,
I like him.
I like him too.
Yeah, cool.
I dig him.
High five.
Some people do like Jordan Peterson. Some people hate Jordan Peterson.
I like him, but I obviously know where you stand on it since you drew for his book. Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. I got him working on a new book with him. Did you know that?
I did not know that. That's new.
True. It's true.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Yeah.
I just tuned in for like 10 minutes. This is why I don't talk politics. It goes nowhere. It's just a bunch of arguing.
No, this went somewhere. You know what we learned? Honestly, here's what we learned through Ro Kabir Kumar. Here's what we learned. There are people out there right now who are producing fake arguments that look like a DM conversation. And they're very convincing. They look good. I mean, the one that I saw with Moose sent this like, did you say this? You got something you want to say to my face, tough guy? And it was me being like, let his cunt wife die. It's like, does that sound like me at all? Like,
nope, it
I
doesn't.
don't use the C word. I don't talk like that. And my God, I would never do that. I would never. But it looked
Ben as well. The other day, somebody was faking conversations between and sent it to him. Said that Ransom said some certain things about him that never got said.
Right. So I mean, that's what we learned.
That is even only a small part of it. That's
none of this would have happened if we all voted for Hillary.
You know, shut it, Nasser. Number one. Number two, the thing is that this is not even important. The thing is, what's important here, very simply put, is Comicsgate. Okay, the SJWs continuously call Comicsgate racist and KKK. Okay, I took great offense to that kind of thing. We rode roughshod over them for that kind of thing. And now here, there are a small number of bad actors, bad people who actually believe this kind of thing. They give what they say validity.
That is alarming. I agree with you, Ro.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Is everything.
I don't care about Dr. JPEGs. And to be honest, I got Kirby Fourth World right here, man, sitting for me. I just spent $150 Canadian dollars. Canadian dollars worth of nothing. But I got that book sitting here. I bought it a week ago. Still haven't had a chance to read it. I like comics, but you know what? You know what I'd love more?
Video games.
Justice.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad it wasn't video games. Yeah, justice. I feel the same way. I just want things to make sense. That's all. Just things to make sense.
The whole conversation makes me want to go take a shower. It's just
and Ro.
Yeah, buddy.
If you did say anything bad about John, just learn from Hillary. Just delete all the emails and then lie about it. Okay.
Oh, there's going to be a new thing where Ro just says, "Shut it, Nasser." Like that's going to be the new tagline. Just shut it, Nasser.
You know,
Just from Ro. That's gonna be your new shirt.
I'm reading the chat all the time. A lot of people, saying, "Yeah, Ro, you're great." There's certain people saying, Ro is a LARPing, a Roman posturing bullshit, this and that. You know what's not posturing? I'll tell you something very simply put, is living up to your ideals. Okay, and this is the reason. This is the absolute reason that people love Caesars. There's one reason for it. Okay, you can call whatever it is a joke, the rest, but the bottom line is the man is a tipless spear. He represents good principles. And he's got ethics, and that's the reason he inspires people and loyalty. That's the number one reason, and you're going to get loyalty, man. 100% loyalty when people are pure of heart, a pure sunbeam of light. That's what it is, compared to a dark lord, some edgelord, meth moby in a corner somewhere of Italy.
Meth moby. Thank you, Ro. That's kind. I try to live up to what I talk about. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support, and that's the thing. When we have problems like this, I'm glad that for the most part we get together and work it out. And asking somebody to show the death threats and then realizing that those death threats are bootleg, and then just explaining dude, we can do counter operations that way, where it's just hey, whoever sent that to you, and I know you're not going to tell us, but whoever sent that to you was not your friend. That's a serious thing. I wish somebody would tell me that kind of a thing. Whoever sent that to you, they're a double agent in your life. And I have so many double agents in my life, as you know, Ro. I didn't get the name Caesar for nothing.
No, this is it. This is how this all started. It's because there's plots hatched out of jealousy. Okay, there are discontents out there. There is a rot in 33 AD, right? The answer to 1984 is 33 AD. And right here, there's a rot. And things, it's very small, but there are some people who believe these things. I mean, we've even had some people coming into our Discord like this, talking about, alt-right things, trying to recruit people, and immediately some of the moderators have to kick them out. There is a small percentage of that, okay, and it has to be cut out. You have to cut that right out of the body politic.
Agreed. It's yeah. I agree with you. Jose Newcomb, thank you for $20. So it's Twilight gone even more gay. And then laughing emoji, Trebuchet Antonio. Antonio, you got to be... Oh, he's describing your book as Twilight, but more gay. And then he says, I have to trebuchet you. Antonio, I'm not going to trebuchet you. I value you. I just want you to know that.
That's no bueno.
Yeah, not good at all. Where is Antonio? Is he still here?
His avatar is.
Yeah, I don't...
His avatar's here.
He hasn't said anything in a while. Philip Yee, I'm glad he didn't hear that then. Philip Yee, hey, Doug, talk about Cat Scratch, but Doug left as well. Oseki says, how many issues does everybody think their books will run? Mine's going to run 20 issues. Cyberfrog will run 20 issues if it can.
Stardust was a one-shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. We're the only artists. John Malin?
Graveyard Shift is running 2, but if we keep getting funding it can keep going on. So yeah. I plan on each one to put more and more material in it.
until I steal John away from Graveyard Shift.
We're way behind here. James Trammell, post-comedy. It sounds more like group therapy. Vincent Gillette, 10 pounds. Hi, Ethan. I backed Cyberfrog and have just backed Brand for $40. I'm also a vegetarian that eats soy, and I'm autistic. I know some comic creators like to vet their customers. So is that cool?
That's cool. So you
yeah.
don't force reviews on anyone? You're cool.
Yeah. Really, it is cool. Vegetarian is cool. I was vegetarian for 4 years in my teens. I got really, really skinny. And I was on the cover of Vegetarian Times magazine.
Really?
When I was 16 years old, yeah.
I was in the John. Everybody keeps asking where I was. I was in the John.
Okay. So Antonio, while you were away, your book was called Twilight, but even more gay, and they wanted me to stick you on the trebuchet, and I said no, I'm not going to.
Oh man, that's not good.
No,
that's not good.
I said I value Antonio. I'm not, but the trebuchet is for people I have no use for whatsoever. I don't value them. It's for SJWs. I'm sending them to Mars. We already talked about that. You are not. You're staying right here, okay? And your book is not Twilight, and it's not gay that I know of. It might be.
Yeah, there's no sparkly things in it. I will say that.
Okay. Trencher says, "Cool drawing about Cyberfrog." Jay Taylor,
nice.
My face when my super chat opens the door for Allison to blight another EVS stream. Sorry, guys.
She just rolled her eyes.
Not a fan of Allison. Lord Vulcan, please get rid of her for $2. Yakusei, just get to the point, he says. MT Dixon, let's see. These super chats get right to the point, don't they?
They do.
They're kind of direct. It's not like they're kind. I mean, you're paying to not be kind. You're paying to be honest. MT Dixon, $2 donation, $2, another $2. God bless. Horror Hero Comics says #Comicsgate is anti-propagandist. It is antithetical to pro-progressive or pro-conservative propaganda being swapped for great stories. Save the gods. That's right.
Yeah.
Cobra Viper, EVS, off topic. Title for your mecha comic set in West Virginia and call it Super Mountain Mecha. That's kind of cool. Super Mountain Mecha. Simon Simpotier, $5 donation. Thank you. Alfred McKay, love you, Doug, and then a kissy lip. Low carb. Okay. MT Dixon, you can do fan power issue when people get credit and showcase fan stories and art legally. Seth Blakely, thanks for $10. Hey, Uncle E, I'd like to throw my name in the hat as a 3D texture artist for the Cyberfrog video game. Is anyone working on a prototype? No, and I would not really. I mean, I've seen some things. I've seen some like samples, but I don't know if anyone's actively working on anything for real.
Right.
You would be more than welcome.
All right, I'm out. I'm out for a bit. Cheers. Thank you, Caesar.
All right,
Hail
see you
Caesar.
later.
Hail Caesar.
Thank you. The great Kabir Kumar. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's really insightful. I mean, those guys get
Very
together.
smart guy. Very smart guy.
Yeah. That John, that I hate to say it, but that John stream that he's talking about that he ran last night was I mean, it was an expose. I don't know why John opened up like that, but he felt comfortable and did, and that pretty much revealed what John believed about things. William Blankenship, y'all made me quit my job the other day. A lot less scary when I got 2 gigs. The others in the days chat. Thank you. Break all day. Go get Daddy's XXL pie eating shirt. 4XL pie eating shirt. Liam, serious request. I want a Comicsgate special crossover book where each of you draw your own characters in your own style in the book. Yeah, that would be fun. We could do stuff like that. No. It'd be like, hey, Comicsgate super special crossover, like big event, some scary crisis happens, and we all have to draw our characters. Like somebody draws the background, and we have to draw our own characters in like color forms. Be fun.
Let me show you what it looks like when I try to draw the Stardust aliens. I got a doodle of it here somewhere.
Well, you're the writer, though.
Yeah,
I love it.
Hold on. It's here somewhere. Hold up.
Oh my God, look at what Elliot's drawing.
It's so good, man.
Yeah.
I just felt like drawing Cyberfrog, you know. No big deal.
I'm inspired looking at this. I'm just inspired.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Elliot will be selling that Cyberfrog drawing.
This is me drawing one of the aliens from Stardust.
Oh God!
Come on.
Oh, that's adorable.
I'm gonna draw Rainbow Brew.
That would make a great like a keychain in like a foam. That would be so cute.
Thanks.
It looks Cal Arts.
Yeah, totally, man. That's the best kind of art. I don't know what Elliot's thinking.
No, what I do is
comparison. Look at this.
Elliot, you should be ashamed with yourself.
Maybe you can ask a professor who teaches art in a school, a postmodernist artist, and ask him what he thinks of the two, and he'll probably give it to you, Nasser. He'll say,
"I think you're right."
Right.
Yeah,
I think you're right. Let me just go through here, and we'll see if we're selling comics now. Bigfoot Bill was at $318. Let's see where it is now. $318. No, we're not selling any Bigfoot Bill. People just don't want Bigfoot Bill. I don't know what it is. Oh, but me, on the other hand, I went from $508 to $673. Cyberfrog. Graveyard Ship by John Malin. His last 4 digits are 453. Now they're 513. Everyone going crazy for Graveyard Shift by John Malin.
Thanks.
Brand.
They
by
all want
Antonio
that face
Bryce.
reveal.
I didn't look at what brand was originally. I just hit the reset, but it's at 27,582 right now. And the black and red art book by Elliot Fernandez, who's drawing this beautiful Cyberfrog sketch that you see here. Link, by the way, the link is in the description below. You want to pick that up. I mean, pick up a copy of his sketchbook. I think that you'll be glad that you did. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. You know, it's what it's all about. All right, so P, a guy named P, like P, and then Ness. What if your brother's name? What if Elliot Ness's brother was like Peter?
Patrick
Ness. Penis.
Patrick Ness. Penis.
How much money does Vox get from his backers per comic? I don't know. Simon Sim Potier. Hey guys, I'm a comics artist from Canada and I'm Comicsgate. I would love to get the honor to join your chats and talk comics. I got a comic called Blood Hunt in production coming to Indiegogo soon. Well, Simon, when it's on Indiegogo, shoot me a link. Let me look at it. And yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah, and good luck to you. Yakuse, thanks for $2. She stumbled out of the gate and fell on her face. That was you. That was obviously you, Allison. So we're talking about you now. Cobra Viper, expect to be memed. Brett, Doug learned how to use his soy nipple for good. The quartering, Jim came in, and the quartering wanted me to ask Jim about Vox Dei's play. And I wish I could have, but it just didn't feel like good timing. I have tremendous respect for Metokur. I just let him kind of talk. Humans Shrug, $2. We're fighting different fronts of the same war. Billy Ritchie, $1.99. That's why PM Trudeau sucks. Examily Bloom, she is a black hole of charisma. Please, anyone else? See, Allison, we got to work on this, Allison.
Ethan.
What?
Ethan, we got something going on in the private chat.
What's going on?
It's basically the screenshot of what we just showed, but someone else just put it in there, and I don't think that person knows that it was bullshit. And
what is going on?
Like I said, I'm trying not to call people's names, but I just saw it just got put in there, and I was like, "The fuck, we just talked about this."
Oh, the thing where Ro Kabir was.
Yeah. So it's been sent to a couple of people apparently.
Okay, so obviously this is a conspiracy. You understand?
Yeah.
So this is a conspiracy, and the people who are doing this are conspiring against Ro Kabir and to create some sort of conflict, a further conflict that doesn't necessarily need to exist between John De La Rose and Ro Kabir Kumar. In fact, it doesn't need to exist at all.
All right, I see Ian in there. He's telling, because like I said, I was like, we just talked about this. I thought he must not have been listening to the show because I was
yeah. Guys, that was fake. Let me say it again. That little interaction between Ro Kabir Kumar and an anonymous respondent was fake. It was bootleg. It is not real. So, it'd be great if whoever got that and who's passing it around could let me know or anyone else know who exactly is the person that sent it to them. And we could track that down real quick and figure out who is trying to cause trouble.
I didn't want to give up the name, though. What I'm saying is somebody is giving you fake information. Give that bastard up.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Why would you? Like, that's the thing. John De La Rose. Like, I mean, why wouldn't you well, maybe he's going to handle it on his own. But I mean,
I'm saying somebody just sent that to some other people in our chat. That's what I'm saying. There's somebody doing some fake, phony stuff on. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
This is deep. This is getting serious.
I'm telling you, SJWs are insane, and this is typical. This is all typical. Human Shrug. We're all fighting different fronts of the same war. Well, not necessarily. Billy Ritchie, thanks for. I already said that. Okay. Light and Darkness says, does she have good stories? So they want to know if Allison can tell good stories. Yeah,
well,
I imagine.
I've been told that the story is very compelling. So
okay,
it's Romeo and Juliet meets War and Peace.
Pal Edom, that sounds cool. If Allison's comics are good, I'll buy. But you'll have to sell them. I've never heard of Mr. Manicure. It's Mr. Metokur. I'll Google him. Karen Strahan is the real deal, though. Is it Strawn or Strahan? Strawn?
It's Strawn. Karen Strawn. Yeah. You haven't heard of her channel?
No. Well, no. I have. I actually looked her up because people all Allison, when you came on, half of the audience said, Ethan, you got to go research these people and, don't give them support. And I mean, my thing is, I have no opinion until I educate myself. I don't listen to just what my friends say. I need to know the truth. So I looked up and I found something on Karen Strawn that looked kind of nasty. I think it was on Kiwi Farms, a whole big thing about her. And then Jim's got a video. Mr. Metokur's got a video. I have not watched it yet. So I'll watch it, and then I'll, we'll see what I think of that. But look at this. I mean, this guy says Karen Strong's the real deal. So we'll see. I have no opinion right now, Allison. None.
She's done so much for men's issues. Right now, she's probably on a radio station somewhere talking about them. So she's definitely, in my opinion, she's definitely the real deal. So I agree with that commentator, but it's Strong.
All right, Strong, Karen Strong. Michael, triple upload, Liam. Oh my God, I'm finally gonna have my gay wheelchair-bound Superman. DC is dead. Steve Dye, bring in Ro Kabir. Sal Vader for Doug. When are we going to see Earthworm Jim in a Super Smash Brothers game? P.S. Can't wait to see what you do with Mothman, born and raised in West Virginia. Yeah, Doug, I'll speak for him since he's not here. Doug really has nothing to do with Earthworm Jim anymore. He created it, but he gave it away. He sold it. So a lot of stuff happens without his permission or whatever. He does get some royalties, though. Jose Newcomb, show the threats or I think you're lying. Trencher 1375. I recommend you watching the stream with Ro. Ro was amazingly patient with him. I did watch most of it and I saw it, and that's why I was able to say I heard you say what he says you said, John. You did say it. Trencher 1375. Oh my God, I'm so provoked by this guy. Watch the stream. Ro was disciplined, had the discipline of a saint. Rhino, Ro must disavow. EVS must control his people. Please, they're not. These are not my people. You guys are not my people. You're my friends, my customers, some of you my fans, my supporters, and we are all Comicsgate, but I am not your leader. Do not look to me for leadership. I defended you, JDA. That's John Delarose. Stop acting like an SJW idiot. Trencher 1375. Please, EVS, watch the stream. Ro is an example. John shows his true color. Chris Abrams. Yes, you did say it. I was on trolling you. JR. Ro just lay at the SmackDown. JR. Stop politicizing everything. We came for comics. JR. Ro, any tips on growing my beard like yours? JR, you just said stop politicizing things. We came to comics, and then you asked for hair tips. Jay Taylor. John is entitled to his political beliefs. Is he to be hounded out of Comicsgate like Trump voters were hounded out of comics? Ro is being belligerent. SJWs, Sabrov, SJWs have poisoned people's minds with all their anti-white rhetoric. It's creating racism where none should exist. Mike Soilo, anyone watch Crazy Rich Asians? That was off the chain. Johnny in Cleveland, $5 heard arguments. My verdict, hearsay should be verified by the asserted. John and Ro might have differences, but they can both still work in Comicsgate. My God, a lot of super chats, guys. Thank you. I'm asking for patience here. Leo the bum tickler. Hello. This chat needs a good bum tickle. Evil flow out, good flow in. Thank you, Leo the bum tickler. Appreciate that. JR says the greatest minority under attack in our society today is the individual. Today's stream just further exemplifies the problem. Diablo, Arizona, great talk radio. People at work love it better than Stern. Need some strippers now. Well, we'll work on that. We can get strippers in here, I'm sure. The Cobra Viper, this makes me sick. I think I'll unsub for a week. Oh, sorry, Cobra Viper. These things happen. Tyler Preston, you guys' opinions on the return of the Fantastic Four? I want the Fantastic Four back. Obviously, if you see behind me, you can see that I have a ton of old Fantastic Four comics. They're my favorites, probably my favorite Marvel comic. But it's hard to find people with the right spirit to do them again.
Dude, I
John,
don't even think that they were in the #1 that just came out. I don't even think they were in that. I seen a review.
They weren't in it? They didn't appear in their own comic?
Yeah, and I think Dan Slott wrote some he loves how he sounds. So he writes some little caption that's like, aha, we tricked you. You thought they were going to be in here, didn't you? And that kind of stuff. I don't know. I watched the review and it hurt my brain.
Everyone's too clever by half, I think, at Marvel right now.
Yeah, I saw the caption, right, where he's talking about sign me up. It ended like a sign me up, right? He no one talks like this in real life, right? I think you posted it, didn't you, Ethan?
I didn't post anything like that. No, it's probably Diversity Comics. I never.
Oh yeah, it was Diversity. Yeah, it was Diversity who did it. Yeah. It's DNC who posted that. It's like, yeah, no one talks like this, and this is what's in comics now. I think the America comic is probably the worst offender because they go on straight on social justice spiel, stuff that even SJWs don't even talk about in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. You know what? I just don't criticize other people's comics unless they specifically ask me to. it just feels like dirty pool if I do. It just feels like it's not fair. So I keep my opinions to myself. Break All Day looks better than the original artiste. That's referring to Cyberfrog there. And I agree. Jesus Sabalos Jr. Comicsgate lingo for Slide Quest should be tie-in, or for Side Quest should be tie-in. Yeah, that's just a tie-in event.
Tie-in, yeah. Tie-in event.
JR, check out Larry Sharp on Joe Rogan's podcast. And then JR again, prayers for Nurkish. Hope he's okay. What's wrong with Nurkish? Does anyone know?
He wasn't feeling well. I know Cecil has said that.
He's just sick. Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
Nothing serious, I hope.
I hope not as well.
Yeah. Bagel Goose, when I establish my Cecil ethno state, all who don't submit to the glory of the glorious one shall be drained of money and summarily executed. See, that's what we're trying to avoid. Like, none of us want that, Bagel Goose. Tyler Rice, Uncle E, when will Cyberfrog be done and shipped? Cyberfrog will be finished mid-October. It will be shipped mid-November. So we're hoping all of you guys get all your books before Christmas. Yakusei, $2. I don't hate you, Allison. Just wanted you to know. Well, that's nice, Allison. It's like, I don't hate you.
I don't hate you. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's better than it's better than the otherwise. Harry Bergeron, I'm actually working on a real Comicsgate inspired game, co-op shooter. Check my YouTube channel. So his YouTube channel is Harry Bergeron, and if you look at his YouTube channel, he does have a Comicsgate game, and I think Cyberfrog, or I think I'm in it, but I look like a frog. I think that's what it is. It's pretty fun. Looks like a good time. All right, so I want to thank everybody. My wife just came downstairs and said, I need you. So that means I got to go. But I want to thank everyone for coming and hanging out. This very interesting, eventful stream.
Ethan's about to go have some pie.
No, I'll probably... No, I don't think I will, but I'll figure out what it is she wants. And probably something kid-related. But great having you all. Thank you, Allison, for joining me. Thank you, definitely Antonio and John and Nasser and Ian. And we'll do this again. We'll do this again later. Yeah.
I sold, since I've been on the stream, I've sold 8 comics. So
that's terrific. That's great.
Hey, that's nice. Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Well, some people, like the artwork is more independent than it is big three or Marvel or DC. So some people like it, people don't.
Well, next
I think
time
people are interested in the story. They're interested in the story that you're trying to tell, So
yeah. So thanks again for having me on, and thanks again for pushing me to promote at least a little bit.
We'll get you in shape there, Allison. You'll see. We're going to turn you into a marketing machine, and we're going to improve your art. We're going to improve your whole pitch. It's going to be great.
Like a makeover, comics makeover.
Comics makeover. All right, you guys, everyone have a great day, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye-bye.